fun.
And welcome to Geheimnisnacht. Okay, not quite Halloween, but we're almost there. If you don't know your Warhammer very well, tonight is going to be, well, perhaps revealing, because Geheimnisnacht has somewhat of a reputation. Let's see if our version comes anywhere close to what you expect. We will find out soon. Right, so we've got a couple of things to start off with. Number one, as always, we've got an absolutely marvellous episode of the Rookery coming up on Saturday. And I'm going to pop in about the inside of the Rookery because it involves us directly. So I'm going to pass over to the absolutely wonderful and beautiful Mr. Leask.
So a couple of weeks ago on Inside the Rookery, Lindsay interviewed me about playing the games. So this week we're flipping that around, and I'm going to interview Lindsay about enjoying the game and about sort of the various extra ridiculous stuff that she does to enjoy the game.
I don't know what you mean.
So it should be fun though. We've already got some good questions, but if you're on the Rookery Discord, do join in. There's a thread there. You can pop your questions if you have any. So if Lindsay does anything interesting or exciting in today's stream and you want to ask her why on earth she did that, head over to the Rookery Discord and ask her.
Also on the whole Rookery front, I can't help but bring up this. Now, I mentioned that last week. If you do want to know more about it, I am going to post the link right now for those of you who are watching live. If you're not watching live and you're catching this later, I will pop the link up down as the first comment. So you can go watch that on YouTube later. It's the sign-up page for this. So if you want to know when it's coming out and all the deets, go sign up. All it needs is your email address. All they do with it is send you cool news about our cool game that's coming very soon from the good old funky Mr. Mark Gibbons and Andy Chambers. So I'm not going to dwell on that because that's not what we're here for. But I will say it's so pretty and gorgeous. I love it. Right, okay, Fred, put that down before I forget that we're doing important Geheimnisnacht business. Before we do that, though, XPs. Would you like some XP?
Yes.
So,
Always.
last week, our glorious heroes decided that the best way to express their glorious heroics was by running away bravely to the north because they've got other business to do. Not dealing
retreat.
tactical withdrawal. Yes,
Yeah.
one of
What's the
those.
point of having a fight you can't win?
Yeah, completely. But we did get to see those Greenskins in action, and I think it's fair to say we don't want to see those Greenskins in action again.
No.
No.
That was pretty nasty.
Could take.
Yeah, you could have had them all.
One? You could have done one. I reckon one.
So that being the case, did we deal with the Greenskin menace? Wisely, no. And I think that's a good thing,
I
right?
would say, when you say deal with, that's quite a grey area.
It really is.
I
feel like
Delberz
we-
problems aren't our problem.
Well, no, we helped
Delayed their
Delberz.
attack.
Yeah, exactly.
Which gave
More
the
people got
defenders
out.
time to prepare.
I do have one question. Did we manage to save any of the Sigmarites' lives?
No.
No.
Well,
What a shame.
had we not intervened, more might have died. So who knows?
Well, also,
think of the potential future.
Yeah, exactly.
It is a day of augury. And indeed, Geheimnisnacht is known for being a day of augurs.
Leopold is technically still alive and obviously a follower of Sigmar, so...
Yes.
It kept me alive.
So is
I'm
Neil.
calling that a
And
win.
those Nils, so
Yeah, Nils
that's
as well.
two.
That's 2. Okay, that takes you up from where I was going to go. I'm going to add a whole extra 2. You've got 92 experience points. For those of you who hate your non-round numbers, you can start swearing now. Right, so 92 experience points each. Does anybody have a short-term ambition they'd like to change, or do we want to get ourselves a new party short-term ambition?
I have a short-term ambition because I haven't
Excellent.
had one
What's it
for a
going to
while.
be?
It is to resolve the current issue with Elric.
Oh.
Albert's just going to push it down.
I didn't say how I was going to resolve it.
Yeah, to try and resolve it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, or to resolve it.
I've said resolve it.
Excellent. That's a much harder target. As a certain royal from Hochland is aware of. Moving on from that, anyone else? Have anything they'd
I
like
don't
to-
have one, but can't think of one. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Not one bad prepared.
I put one down a while back to get another fan cut.
Or just get someone to come up to you and go, yeah, but you're so cool. Get another fan, yeah? Okay, dad jokes aside. If that's everything, party short-term ambition is,
Get to Middenheim.
Middenheim.
Yes.
I think they might make it this week because
Fourth down the next beat.
episode 31, assuming they can survive it, Geheimnisnacht. Too late. Scud across the sky. The wind picked up, but only this morning. It has been 5 incredibly warm, sweaty, uncomfortable days, making your way up the increasingly thinner and thinner River Delb. Once it gets past Delberz itself, it's still navigable. Several barges could pass each other if they wish to do so, but it's not that navigable. It's required several sailing tests from Birdie, and I am going to pull one out right now just to see if we are ahead or if we're behind time. It's going to be a single test to determine how well we're doing. I'm also going to roll for
4 successes. So 2 successes because it's an advanced
Sweet! Okay, no, that's good. Now, you don't know the riverways too well because we are well beyond the Reichland. It's been mostly gossip and chat as you've made your way up, slowly but surely through the winding channels that head towards Middenheim. Sadly, 2 days ago, Gerhard found out that you probably went the wrong way.
I have lore riverwise.
Yeah, indeed. Probably went the wrong way. The River Taube is one of the tributaries to the Delb, and it goes right up almost to the Middle Mountains. And if you'd taken that one, there is a large area which is specifically set aside for people who are hiking it up to Middenheim and hiking it back down again for your barges. They've got a dry dock there, and it is known for doing its impressive upgrades. Expensively, but known for it. One of the deepest river works that, exists on the Taube, I suppose. But you went up the Delb instead, which goes much closer to Middenheim, but is a far tighter sail. Beyond that, several sections of it have recently been dredged to try and ensure that you can get all the way up to and very close to Middenheim. In particular, apparently, it stops at the town of Holker, which, as the good father knows, he's been through it, is basically one giant temple of Ulrich, an old one, somewhat crumbling. It's been there for centuries. And it used to have a very small port, but after all the dredging, almost half a mile worth of jetties now poke their way out into the far wider than it used to be upper reaches of the Delb. Only barges can reach this far. None of the deeper keeled vessels can go this far at all. And barges that are carrying heavy cargo, even they might get caught up on some of the mudflats. Fortunately, you're not carrying that much cargo, but you are carrying a lot of books and a lot of people too. But you think it's going to be fine. At least you hope it's going to be fine. Clotilda is quite convinced that getting up there will be easy. I mean, it can't be that difficult, can it? The Vinlanders do it. Because, hey,
Everyone's a little bit racist.
that. However, what was the original plan was to try and reach Middenheim before Geheimnisnacht. But the last 4 days before the wind finally picked up were dead. The wind was almost entirely gone. Even with your topsail at full and all the rest down, it was still barely making any progress. A few miles per day, not at all what you were hoping for. Meaning that the great festival of Geheimnisnacht Festival Tomorrow, celebrated in many different ways across the Empire, is going to be held instead for you inside the far smaller town of Halkar. Far smaller town. Now, you obviously have no idea how they're going to deal with it at all. After all, this is no handy Morian temple to try and organize anything with a priest of Mor who might be able to guide. There may be a doomsayer, a wandering priest of Mor who goes from place to place. This place is now relatively large. It's a town, where beforehand it was nothing more than basically a temple. It wasn't even a village. So perhaps they'll have someone there. Alternatively, they may have no one, and the Elricans will be left to make observances to Mor. That's going to go down well. There has already been some discussion on the barge as to whether you'd even reach there. But with the last day and the wind picking up, it seems quite likely you will. Skip, in the night, is left trying to navigate with his 2 barge girls. And he manages to somehow send you back 5 miles.
Skip.
And that was with wind. He got confused. There's a large lake. Unfortunately, there was no easy way for him to tell north from south. The clouds had scudded in. He couldn't really tell what one star was over any other star. He didn't ask anyone in the slightest. I mean, we have someone who knows where north is. He didn't. He managed to sail around in circles for almost 4 hours. And then when he finally realised Blotilda had already come up and seen the same stretch of lake that she'd left him with, lying ahead, Skip shrugged. And he claimed, attacked by ghosts. He says,
Which is quite
bluntly,
possible here.
Yeah, I was going to ask, like, what is the mental state of the crew?
It sounds like Skip's mental state is poor.
attacked by
Not
ghosts.
surprising.
He says, I'll go and tip Kep. And that's all he says. And that, I think, is a very fair question. Because at the end of our last session, you were spirited away by some form of, let's just use spirit. Let's say friendly spirit.
It wasn't Casper.
It wasn't Casper. No, it wasn't. As they filled your sails with the winds of the winds of wind. It was fine. You definitely weren't horrified by the screams and the yells and whatever else was going on up there. The girls were, the 2 poor barge girls. This is the 3rd night that they have done nothing. Skip, perhaps, is taking it on the chin on their behalf. He would like you to think that. He would dearly like you to think that. In truth, Skip was just completely lost on a relatively wide channel. Relatively? I mean, the Reich is wider than this at some points, but
The Reich flows quite clearly.
very clearly, the waters here are pretty sluggish and still. Which leaves you all on the morning of Geheimnisnacht aboard the foot ship. Birdie has nothing to do because all of the sails are checked in place and Blotilda's sitting at the back on the wheel and there is nothing to do, which is for her a pretty happy place, but she likes to learn.
She's sitting trying to do maths at the moment and it's not going very well.
Well,
You can sort of see her doing.
we have a maths.
It's time to shine.
It's your time to shine.
But there might be a talent. For everyone, today is a relatively special day. Geheimnisnacht is a holy day to Mor, and it's a holy day in lots of other ways. Different parts of the Empire celebrate it in different ways, and everyone's going to have their own expectations as to exactly how it should probably pan out. So, I have a question to begin us off. As the day begins, and we are in the post-breakfast morning, and you have made your initial preparations for whatever it is that you intend to do, where are we? And I'm going to start off with Elric, because he's got the slowest initiative.
Are we still on the barge?
Oh yeah, we're still on the barge. The barge is still making its way over to Hulk.
So he will be, I guess, where other people are, trying to convince everyone that for Hamish Tag, we need to go to the pub.
So anyone that's aboard, up on deck, you're going to be basically going pub. How about good old Gerhard?
What time is it?
No, we're still morning. Post breakfast. So around about, you imagine the 10th bell, maybe 11th. You're not entirely sure.
Versions on me there.
What time is it?
Oh, it's too early now.
Too early for drinking. Okay, so Gerhard will be probably trying to find Greta and
Even younger. It's your
even
dad's
younger.
name.
I know it's even younger, but
It's
your dad's name.
That doesn't help. You called it big deal of
Big D, the
fuck,
even
what's
younger,
his
is not
goddamn
cool.
His name's Sigismund.
No, it's Jerry.
Yes, it is. Thank you. It's Sigismund. Thank you.
Younger.
Trying to. That's so annoying.
So are you going to wait?
Yeah, no,
that's
that's
his name.
all I've got in my mind.
They're hilarious. So they generally promenade, for want of a better word, at least 4 or 5 times a day, in that they come up on deck and the baby gets fresh air, but they only do it when it's likely that there's not going to be an attack, which so far, by the way, you've been pretty lucky with.
Speaking of,
No, they'll be lucky today too. As the barge makes its way further away, we have some big noises going in the background. Apologies if you're catching that on this side. It sounds like thunder.
I don't think it is.
Fireworks.
Fireworks.
Big barrels being dropped.
That'll be it. As long as the barge is far away from one of the banks, they tend to pop up, have a little wander around, get the baby some air, but the baby's generally down below. They don't want to cry. They don't want him to possibly summon something nasty from the forest that hears this cry of a child and might come running in the hope for an easy snack.
All right. Well, I'll probably catch them when they do that sort of thing. So I'll be
Perfect.
up. I'll be up.
Being
responding
persuaded to go to the pub.
Pub.
Okay, how about the good lady? Yume.
Yume is on deck as well, and she's handing out little pieces of paper. They have a little piece of like string or ribbon or whatever she had on hand.
Oh, ribbon shouldn't be too difficult.
And she has some writing implements, and she's telling everyone that in Nippon we write thanks and wishes on little pieces of paper, and then it would be a bamboo tree, but we don't have one here, so I guess the mast could do. So thanks to the gods, I guess more, and for you if you want to, and then a wish for the coming year.
Okay. Why don't we just write it out on
All
yours?
that
A
on
piece of
this
paper.
little piece of paper.
Like a long strip.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, in Nipponese we write this way, so maybe like turn it around or something.
Right. Okay. Fine.
How about the good father?
Well, he loves a little bit of a cultural exchange.
He does, doesn't he?
He's fascinated by all this.
It's not very accessible, though, is it? Handing him a bit of paper.
Dictate. He'll be like quizzing Elric then on the going to the pub thing. In terms of, is that a tradition in Taliban? I mean, is it?
It's the best place to have a moot where we are. Normally we do it in the forest, but here we'll have a moot. We'll have it out. We'll air everything.
A what now?
A moot.
A mood?
Yeah. Meeting.
Oh, okay.
That's very similar to what we do in Reichland. Like we take today's the day to get square with more, to air the thing we
Aye.
haven't been airing.
Could be dead tomorrow,
Yeah.
especially us.
Sorry, when you say air,
Anything on your mind?
Air out things you've got on your mind.
Any
just what's on your
arguments?
mind? Oh no, that's more okay.
Yeah, air with an A, not with a silent H.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Well, given your position, I thought you might not.
No, it is on my mind though. That is true. One of the things on my mind is actually in my inheritance.
So one of the things you
I
want
have-
to air
I have
is your
begun.
state. Yeah,
There you
you
go.
want to
I
air
have
your
begun.
state.
Bertie, I believe you're sitting over the edge of the barge, counting your fingers.
and swearing very quietly under my breath.
Swearing in what language?
It just sounds like a load of squeaks, to be honest.
Nice.
'cause, yeah, she's-
Guttural squeak.
Exactly.
I didn't squeak really loud. Be proud of me. Move over. I was so
However-
close.
Clip that.
She would like, if this is all happening within her earshot, she's going to sort of lean back and go, in my culture, this is a night of betrayal, and I have plans. You're welcome to join me.
You want to do the fun thing first?
This will be fun.
Oh, okay. Maybe you can wish for a good
Betrayal?
betrayal.
Harvest.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Here, I took the paper.
Harvest. Amenawith apparently has Alameda paint. What's
She does.
she doing?
She's, as always, just sitting on the mast with her leg dangling down, watching. She's been up there since Blatilda came up and found that they were in the wrong place. She got up quite early. She's painted, her face is painted like with red and oranges and golds, like feathers coming out like the crest of a bird.
Feathers.
And she's dressed in bright colours, with a cloak with intricate embroidery around the bottom. She's wearing one of her long
Embroidery of
daggers.
what?
Embroidery of runes, elven runes.
Elven runes. Get around the bottom of it. Lovely.
She is wearing a circlet on her head. She's wearing bracers on her arm that kind of look like leather and
No,
kind of look like
They look like long strips of bark.
Of bark
Okay, that
coming
have
up.
leaves growing around through it, and then we've got straps of leather holding them in place.
Nice.
And she says, I believe that amongst your culture, you also share secrets on this day, airing of grievances, airing of things, but everyone should share a secret. I will come to this public house if we can do that.
Where do you keep all this stuff?
Under my bed.
They have a whole
But
thing.
before we
I've
had
been
a
under
bed,
your bed.
there wasn't like we travelled for months.
Yes, I have been gathering it. I have been sewing this cloak. I have been gathering these things. For this is a very holy day amongst my people. It marks the period of an interregnum where the king and queen step back, for they are leaving the world. It marks a day when Morsleep comes and the cataclysm comes and my people are left alone. It marks a day when we move from happiness and joy and certainty to hope and wonder and worry at the future as Morai Heg steps forward to rule.
You know, I've been thinking the symbolism of your clothes kind of resembles the stuff that we have back in Nippon. But listening to your story is a totally different background. But
Today is the day where we think of the world from the moment of its creation by Azurian and the moment of the elves' creation by Isha, to the point at which the gods had to leave, for the cataclysm came and those powers from beyond stepped into our world, and the gods left us behind for our own sake. But it is a happy day, but it is a sad day.
Yeah, we celebrate as well, but it is a bit of a sad day. My whole family goes and fights demons today, and my great, and another 10 of those great grandfather comes down to try and find his partner from Morsleep.
Right.
But they pick each other, you see, because he goes through the mortal plane and she goes through the ether, and then silly, they didn't plan which way they were going.
And what sheet is she? Your great times whatever granny?
Yeah.
Right.
But she's trapped in a tree, you see, so they kind of miss each other.
The tree.
That's why
Your tree.
the bark and the feathers. He's the phoenix, and then she's trapped in a tree.
My Azurian is the phoenix.
Ah,
Anisha is the tree.
well, see, I told you it was very similar.
That is very similar.
This is all very well and good, but we could be having a drink as well while doing this.
Do you want to? Well, we could,
I mean, that's true.
we could-
Dublin as
dumpling. Dumpling.
We could ask what
She-
they
I
do.
also thought that as well. Yes.
She bundles out and she goes, Yeah, what is it? You needing tea? Oh, you look like you need tea. I'll just go get the tea on.
No,
Not tea?
no,
Can we
we go.
Talabheim it up a little?
Yes.
Shall I open the booze cabinet?
We have a booze cabinet.
Not much longer.
Yes, you should, but make sure you keep an eye on it as well. Because now that you've told everyone about it,
you do know that there's an opening tax.
all right.
Is it that you have
Let
to
us
drink
know.
some?
It's some. Yeah.
That's fine.
Every bottle I open, I got the sample to make sure it's all right. Yeah.
Or not poisoned, correct?
Yeah. Exactly.
Just don't have it open them. Just
It's
bring
the
box.
best job I've ever had.
Dumpling, before you go.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
How do I ask this?
With your words.
What do you tend to do on Geheimnisnacht?
Geheimnisnacht?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, right. Well, what we do is we have ourselves a big brew up, yeah?
Right.
And all the brews what we've been trying, we bring them out. Everybody has a quick go. We have a drink. We get a bit drunk. We call out to Esmeralda, like that. Not that we do that very often. And then when that's done, we're so drunk that we don't need to see what happens when the evening comes.
Right, okay.
Makes
Who's
sense.
Esmeralda?
Esmeralda?
Yeah.
She's like a god, isn't she? I think.
Is she?
That's what my ma said anyway.
Oh, right.
Yeah. She's like something to do with harvest or something.
Oh,
Drinking,
I see.
maybe. I
That's
don't
probably
know.
something I should know.
I mean, it's something I should probably know as well. But my mother, she wasn't really into that sort of thing. She didn't like talking to the gods. She said, "Gods, that's other people's business. It's the gods' business.
I agree.
I
God's
mean-
smods.
If the gods wanted to have such a a big hoo-ha with us, to be sitting amongst us, wouldn't they?"
They're also a bit twitchy.
Well, you never know. They might be around.
Oh, the other iconography that Alemanowite has is hearts all over the place, but they're strangely
Sell
like
them, sell them.
curved hearts.
She's not worth it.
Yeah, strangely curved hearts, but they're very definitely
Stops
hearts.
twitching.
Curved heart with a little parting in the middle.
Mhm.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right.
Why?
You usually wait until later in the day to start drinking.
It's the day that's in it.
You feel a bit tense.
No,
Yeah.
we've got stuff to talk about.
All right.
Today's the
It's
day.
Greta.
No, she's not.
We need to wait for Greta before we leave the barn.
That's true. Could you bring the child?
Yeah, I mean, we're not
We're
don't
nowhere
get anywhere, are we?
near
But still.
leaving.
Floating.
Now hanging off one ledge. We're going.
Here we go. Here we go.
Stuff.
No, you have to be quiet. We got something really important here. It's booze. Booze is down on the
Jumps on the
deck.
floor.
Clonk and says, "I'm off to get the steins. Sorry. They swapped your stein, Father Leopold. So I can't find your actual stein. Someone I think's been trying to play a trick on you. What? It's meant to be kept in the. What you do? No, I
Always
couldn't
carry it
find
with
it.
me.
I couldn't find it anywhere. You keep on finding it in the galley. Someone keeps on stealing it.
Yeah, I keep it with me.
Does Niels know that? You sure?
Well, I don't know.
Maybe he's thinking he's starting out.
Maybe
Maybe.
he's thinks he's helping.
Our Bergenhafen ones. Did we not get?
Oh yeah, we've got
Staffing
Staffenfest ones, haven't we?
Schaffenfest 12! 25-12! Big, huge wooden crap steins. Here we go.
Okay.
I've tried this one, and this one. This one's really good. This one's, I don't know how you can drink
So
it.
it's the spice. Aye. Fine.
It tastes like someone's put, a pepper in it.
Mhm.
So yeah, no. This one here, I don't recommend it. It tastes a little bit like pig. All right, I won't like pig. I don't like pig much. Other than that, I don't recommend the wine. It's a bit cheap.
Right, good to know. Question: that pig, cooked or not cooked?
It's sort of in between.
Right.
No, I'm not gonna. There is a word me mother used to use. She didn't like me saying it. It's like one of her biggest swear words, but she used to use it all the time. Rancid.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bertie,
But if you ever meet me mum, I did not say that. All right, sir. I didn't say it at all. All right. Rancid.
It's very unlikely I'll meet your mum.
Right.
Have you prepared drinks for our other guests on the barge?
I just brought them all out.
Lucas,
I mean,
Lady Magritte.
It's only 6 steins though. Well, 5 and
Lucas is there. Lady, no, she doesn't like to drink.
Well, it might be worth offering her something. She might not want it, but it's good to offer.
Here! He calls down. You want a drink? Everyone's up on deck! Slight whispery sound from below. I'll be fine. No, I think the one, yeah. Just so you know, I'll need your stein. Stop trying to hide it. I've told her.
Fiance.
Yes, you have.
I'll bet I'll go and tell the baby. He obviously goes, I've got a special drink just for him.
Okay, that's good.
And she rolls off.
Whiskey's a baby's drink.
She barrels off down
Melted
towards
butter.
the rear of the barge.
Okay, don't put that butter near that baby.
You were going to ask me something.
Rancid.
You were going to say something.
I was going to tell something. I don't know if Greta's heard, but the taxes have shot up. I think they're planning for war, and everything's costing more now. And just if Greta's going to be trading stuff,
Thank you.
How did you find that out? We've been on a barge.
but we stopped the other night.
Okay.
Someone's
fair.
7 miles away.
I hear things sometimes, you know. You guys stop. Oh, pick that up.
Do you think there's going to be a war? Really?
But it's more the taxes. Like they've started.
Just pulling your
That's-
leg in.
To be fair,
Not
that is-
literally, though.
that is where you start to wind people up, really, when it comes to taxing. That's when they actually pay attention to the war rather than just, oh, it's a thing and it doesn't really affect me. Sigfeder, where is he?
He's not up.
Right.
I mean, it's still AM.
Useful.
I'm surprised he didn't smell the booze, though.
No, apparently he hasn't. He's not awake. Jiro is, however, but he's at the prow. Arms folded, looking very happy.
You're going to give him a little leaf, little paper thing to do?
I guess, yeah. I'm a bit mad at him, to be honest.
Oh, right,
Yumi,
today's
do
the
you
day.
have a culture of smoking in your country?
I guess so. Some people will smoke, yes.
Like pipes or perhaps you've never seen them, but some people smoke wrapped leaves.
Oh, cigarillos?
Chunkier than that.
Oh, no, not fashionable.
If you smoke from some types of wood, you get like colored smoke.
Interesting. Thank you.
Does he drink?
I
Jiro, do
believe so.
you want a drink? I know you understand me.
Back of Jiro's head does not reply.
But it tenses briefly.
I was also thinking, if you wanted a rematch, I could make him like fight you if you want. You know, because last time you kind of lost quite badly.
Yeah, I don't think I'd win this time. The circumstances haven't changed that much.
You had a fight with Jiro?
No, he wouldn't like me to touch Yume because what was happening to you?
I
Freaking out about something.
to.
No, you were trying to
deal
draw
with
that sword.
Well,
Wasn't
that's the
a good
reason I'm
idea.
mad at him. But anyway,
Yeah.
but maybe we'll give him a handicap. He can have an arm
Daggers
and
in
a
the
leg
back of his
tied or something.
Just saying, sometimes I have good ideas. Listen. No, he kicked the shit out of me. I have no doubt about that.
All right.
Well, you know,
And
if you
then-
want them,
Put it back in again so he can do it
Probably
again.
that quickly. But you'll have a drink.
I'll go give him this piece of paper.
Just leave a little.
Jiro sits down, cross-legged, takes out a small roll, unrolls it. Small pot of ink on the inside, and a brush. And then he just looks out over the water.
Are you gonna write a haiku?
There's something vision of you made
Face.
your head.
Face so stony.
My
So
bill was
stony.
big booty bitches. I'd started off with that.
You know, I learned how to write them from my my granddad. He's not very good at them.
Takes his brush, he dips the tip into the ink. You can see his dissatisfaction. He wants to have a block of ink, but doesn't have it. He's got to use a bottle.
The horror.
He clearly doesn't like it. There's a slight hesitation before he dips his brush, but that hesitation speaks volumes. As he then does it, looks at it with concealed disgust, but not the best concealment you've seen, as he then takes his brush and starts to write. He is not a natural poet.
As he writes his opening, usually if you don't know, the opening is supposed to be something about the season and be like, oh, they used a different flower. Okay.
And he tosses it over the side.
I can lend you some earplugs if you want.
Need another.
What's the magic word?
Is this in Reichspiel or?
No.
I think we can tell from the body language
Your
what's going on.
Imperial Highness.
She waves it.
As he starts up again. From below, you hear, yes, I'm going. No, they said you have to go up now. I'm going, for goodness sake. You can't just throw a baby around. You've got to wrap him first. Yeah, well, whatever. We just stress them between our breasts and just sort of let it hang there. There's a pause. You are joking, aren't you? No. That's what my mother does. That's what my cousins do. But then they've got really big jugs. I mean, you could probably get 3 babies in there. At least. And you can tuck one right underneath too. Oh, my goodness. And she comes up onto the deck. I don't actually want to know. And she said, what? Everybody's sort of sitting around and there's drinks. You didn't tell me there was going to be drinks. Oh, did I miss that bit? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what I was sent out to do, isn't it? Not talk about babies and jugs. There's everyone's having drinks. Sorry, I forgot.
No,
I've
it's fine.
got the important bit. But I got her up, didn't I?
Exactly.
Yeah, I got her up. Oh, Father, the other night, you were sleepwalking. I think. I couldn't tell, but I talked to you and you didn't reply. Normally you're so, what's the word, when you talk all the time?
Loquacious.
Noisy.
Noisy, that's it. Normally you're noisy, but you didn't say nothing. So I thought, you must be sleeping.
Assuming Leopold has
You have no
memory.
recollection of that at all.
Don't remember that.
You were poking your eyes like this, like underneath, and I got a bit of a sight of it, and I was like, no, that's it. In fact, I'm just thinking, oh no, I need a bun. And she heads off to the galley.
I'm doing that again, are you?
That's not.
Did he do it before?
Yeah, you've talked about doing it before.
Sleepwalking.
I think so. Are
Mm.
you sure? I was sleepwalking. That's it.
Greta sits down. Says, I see your grasp in reality hasn't changed at all.
Well, today is a day of telling stories, isn't it? So, good to tell us.
Oh,
No, stories too.
Oh no.
Stories as well.
Truths and stories are usually the same thing, but just it
Secrets.
depends about the amount of
I
time.
actually forgotten they have such traditions. I got trapped with them.
Yes. Family.
Oh.
And technically you are family, so
Do
You
do
know.
you do something different in Tame?
Oh, yeah, we do. It involves blood, and
Of course it does.
it's quite horrific, and I avoid it every single year. My father doesn't.
No.
No, not at all. It's all about warding more by letting blood.
Maybe you could help me with my rituals then.
Well, what does it involve?
Well, it's a watershed moment. Decisions are made.
What's that for a barge?
No, when we make land, I think we should go kill Skaven tonight.
Right, do you know how to find them?
As soon as the moon comes out.
Okay, so we should probably do the pub thing pretty sharpish. Then, if that's the case.
What's Skaven?
That's another point.
We've had this conversation.
Yes, we've had this conversation.
All right, story.
sure.
But I do think I had all agreed not to use the word, though.
Yeah.
All right.
What am I asking?
The
We
rat
definitely.
beastmen.
Ah, yeah.
My people.
Mm-hmm.
But before, let's do this fun one. And to pass Greta a piece of paper.
This will be fun.
A ribbon paper.
I don't know
Why
what
do we do
coming.
You write down your thanks to whatever god you want, and then also a wish.
a wish?
Yeah, it could be for Sigismund's well-being, or happiness, or health, or it could be for us not dying tonight.
And then what do I do with it?
And then we tie it to the mast.
Ah, it's public. Right. That changes the natures of one's wish and
agree.
also the things that we generally state we're happy for. So
Well, you don't
obviously,
put your name down.
obviously, I'm happy for my child still being alive.
You could write it in Tillian. I don't think anyone speaks that.
I wrote mine in Gospodarini,
Wise.
What?
What?
his language.
Oh.
Oh.
I
know
shall
you knew
write
that.
mine in Eltharine then.
I don't really speak it that well, but I can write it sometimes.
Right.
You should write it in Eltharine. That's a good idea.
So I'm to tie this to the mast.
I'll take him. Come on.
You can tie the baby.
You'll
Stops and looks over. Oh, really?
Yeah, it's family day, isn't it?
You're so like your father.
It's his finger in his wine.
Do you want him
and
back?
Here you go, Sigismund. My mother did the same.
He's now at the point where he's giving clear eye contact, clearly understanding that things are going on around him.
Right.
Did you say-
Boys, I bought a new notebook.
Show off.
He's almost a year now, but he's still not talking.
But
He
does
can
he smile?
he can bum shuffle about. But whenever he's brought up, she always keeps him all wrapped up so he doesn't do something stupid like bum shuffle off the edge.
Talk to Skip.
I've told you we
Talk
can
to
tie it to the
Skip.
mast with a bit of rope, like we do with the dogs.
She says, "Well, I'm done. Did everyone else write theirs?"
I have not written mine
I'm
yet.
writing mine.
I shall write it now. I have a gift for you, Greta, and it is important that you receive it fast. Just
Before-
at noon.
All right. Thank you. When did you do the paint?
While you were sleeping.
Of course. Are you going to do the young Freud thing, are you? I'm
We're-
only asking because if you start now, you will need to interrupt him to give me the gift.
Right.
No, I've actually, I thought we could just do it throughout the day, like a continual working prose that everybody can get involved with.
I much prefer this to your father's options.
I once did this one thing while I was in university, and this was more for just a strange little art exhibition that I did, where one person drew the top of like a figure. We chose a figure, and you would one person draw the head, and then they would fold the parchment down, and then you would pass it on to the next person, and then they would draw the next bit, and then you would pass it along, and everybody would overall do a big drawing. But my family, technically, we all tell stories. Well, typically stories from young Freudian past. However, considering, only one of us is a young Freud, and, I suppose you, and, one of us who knows the histories and also is capable of speech knows the stories. It would just mean that you would be listening to me for an extended period of time, which I'm not against, but...
Which we have been doing
Exactly.
right now. Yeah.
Very attentive audience, thank you. However, I didn't really want to do that for the whole day because, sometimes you have to sort of observe things, don't you?
We might throw you overboard, yes.
No, it
I
seems...
will tell a story when I give my gift.
Good, okay, lovely. Well, I was thinking one of us could start it, and then the next person could continuation on the story, sort of thing.
You should start so we can understand how it works.
All right.
Do we invent our bits? If we don't know your history.
You could we just make it up.
Oh, okay.
We could tell a story about us. So here we go. That's a good idea. So let's talk about let's make a story about the Jaegers, and we are on where would we be? Somewhere interesting, somewhere sort of foreign or something like that.
Alameda White doesn't often have this emotion, but she's just like sheer delight. like Like she's almost quivering with like the fun of it.
Good. Okay. Well, why don't we do Jaegers? Tell you what, because we can sort of bring your stuff into it. Why don't we do Jaegers visiting Nippon?
Okay.
All right. So I understand there are mountains in your area.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. Then I shall set the scene. So us valiant Jaegers, we stand upon the crest of a mountain, wind sweeping through our hairs. Of those various hairs, different that sort of thing. The vista is fantastic. Elric explains the vista to Luitpold, obviously. And
Big sky,
perfect.
lights,
Oh, you're really getting into it. Oh, good.
trees are blowing.
And the sun, you have good sunrises? And the sun is rising. Below us, we see a large forest of some sort. And upon the horizon, a winged creature flies. It is large, to say the least.
It is a phoenix.
Could be.
It is the beginning of the day, the beginning of the world.
Just wait, and then when it is your turn.
Oh,
If you
right,
wish to
it's
take on
not
the
my
second
turn
one.
yet.
No. I tell you what, and I'll leave it there. And Alaminoid, you started, so
It
we
is-
can do that in a bit.
It is a phoenix.
All right.
It is the beginning of the day. The egg of the world is being created. And soon, in the forest below, Isha will come.
Good.
Is that the kind of thing you like?
That is the kind of thing. So that's me and Alaminoid have done our piece. If throughout at any point you want to jump in and say, I would like to continue the story, just say, and we can continue the story, and hopefully we get it all done in one day. Seems
Isha
fun.
looks in wonder upon the natural world which
Okay.
Azurian the Phoenix has created. And she smiles, but she sees it as lacking. She is sad because she is lonely. And so in the forest, before her, in the heart-shaped glade, there are small creatures with pointed ears. They clamber in the trees, and they smile, and they laugh, for they know not what they are yet. They know not pain or sadness. They only know joy at the nature and the world. And that is good.
Okay.
Need a lot more alcohol.
So I think I agree.
Yeah.
And it is us viewing that?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. Lovely. There you go. So we've set the scene and got some sort of context going around that. Sounds good.
Seems very
Azurian.
specific context. that you know
No, I
nothing
know.
about.
It's okay. It's not.
Who's Isha?
Don't know. You can
Isha
continue it with
is the
something else.
mother, the tree of life, the goddess of the world. The children were born of her.
I have a question though. We said this in Nippon, and I don't know if that would have happened.
Doesn't
in
matter. You can just
Okay.
make it up.
And have we travelled back in time?
No, forwards. I put us forwards in time.
Forwards in time, but I thought it was the...
Doesn't matter.
I know.
I know the mother.
I know. If
That's what we talk about back home. We don't. They don't call her Isha, do they?
No.
So you can make
Just
that
the
up.
mother, isn't it?
Yes, the mother.
you want to continue,
No, I have no idea.
because I was going to put it into context.
Go,
Yes,
go
please.
ahead.
There is a place in Nippon that is a lake that is flat no matter what. If the wind blows, it doesn't ruffle. It's just completely flat. And they say that some people are able to see the future or the past
That
in
is
it.
what I was going to say. I was going to say we are staring down upon a pool, and through the roots of the world, we can see Avalon
Yeah.
from Nippon. They are
Uh-huh.
connected. I feel a connection with you, Yume.
Uh-huh.
A deep-seated connection. When we first met, I saw you and you saw me, and we knew, did we not?
Mhm. Yes.
All right.
This
Good.
is nice.
Okay. Fantastic.
Also, there's rabbits.
Rabbits. You don't necessarily make. If Birdie, you want to get involved. Ratty-like rabbits. Eventually.
There's no need, because from deep underground there comes a scrabbling and scraping.
Good,
and
we
digging
continue.
And digging, and occasionally there are bodies that get thrown.
Right. Bodies. Good.
Things are not quite as serene as they used to be, and there's a lot of flashing of knives and teeth
Yes.
and claws.
Superb.
That makes sense.
Yes.
My country
And-
is going to ruin.
That is my country.
Yes, and in the distance, the moon rises. Although it is the day and it is the rising sun, yet strangely the moon is rising in the sky, heralding the coming of these scrabbling and scraping and
They come to worship.
stabbing creatures.
Mhm.
And in the moonlight, there was a tavern. And the party decided to go to the tavern, like we agreed earlier.
And it was a good thing too, because the earth shuddered at the feeling of the imperial tree reaching out towards its lover and their daughter leaping onto more sleep from its limbs, I guess.
Sure. I don't know. Sure. It's your story, our story. Everyone's getting involved. So, Paul, anything for you?
Excuse me, did you say that the tree's daughter leapt onto Mosley?
Yeah, my the whatever I said before -1.
Oh, she wasn't there before.
Oh,
You
I-
missed this.
my great, but like 20 generations ago, parents.
Yes,
One of them's in more sleep
of
and
course.
will be joining us later, and then the other one, well, not here specifically, but he might, because he always gets lost. So you might see it. And then my great grandmother is in the tree.
Perfect.
I'd
fine.
like to join you with a drink.
Yeah, well, brother, I mean,
would you?
believing that is better than bloodshed, right?
Does he wear a mask?
Well, I don't know. I never see.
You can put a mask on him, want to?
I tell you about it if you want.
Yes.
Veins are open. Every single. This is not part of the story. Just you ask.
No, go ahead.
Every single Geheimnisnacht, in fact, not during the day. It is on the night to keep more away. And it is said that the closer you can get to the vein itself without opening it, the more chance that you will have of keeping more away.
Can't see my veins.
Yeah. Well, it's my brother. He typically just drives a knife through his arm.
Yeah.
And yes, I don't like.
You'd be good at that. You being a doctor and all.
I probably could do it very accurately, yes.
Yeah. Well, he almost died once, so he
I'm
wasn't
not
so good
surprised.
at
I've seen
it.
him do it once as well.
when he was 11.
At university.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tried to get
Did
us
you
all to
try
do
it
it.
as well?
No, I did
He's
not.
got a permanent scar there.
I know, I've seen it.
Yeah, it's wicked, and that's supposedly to drive more away, for the suffering attracts his daughter instead,
Mm.
Shalia, and she comes and she tends to the suffering, and her father sees that her daughter is already attending, so moves by for another year.
Right.
It's certainly a tradition, but when it was done in the past, previous generations, it wasn't trot blood that was spilled.
Ah.
The tradition changed over time. It's fair to say that my brother still prefers the stories to the reality that his father has forced upon him. And should it be close, he will make examples of his enemies by trying to get as close to the veins as possible without killing them. He, as I have already noted, is not particularly good at that job.
Marguerite hasn't joined us, has she?
I know, she's still down there.
Alric will plod his way down.
And she looks up at you. She's got a pair of spectacles on.
Lady Magister.
Right. You want me to come upstairs?
I think
You
it's
want me to come up that ladder? Well, you're going first.
okay. I'm not trying to stare. Bring your tankard. Or your chalice or whatever.
Next away over.
as well.
Probably made of a skull.
Elric, you are on top form today. I like your jokes.
It's just a day. We've got lots to talk about. We've got lots to, let's just call it what it is, argue. But then tomorrow starts it all again.
She picks her head up. She says, "Oh, the sun is gone. Oh, that is good. Oh, is it Geheimnisnacht already?"
It is indeed, lady.
She says, and she pulls herself up.
I will help you.
Did you just, Melody, did you just know that?
Yes, can you not feel it?
It's a day of more. Her wind is very sensitive.
Really not.
Elric, you once said that Gyron is carried in the blood. And Gyron is the wind of life. That is what you told me. And your wind is the wind of death. Am I right? That's the word.
But
So,
yeah,
so could the trot ritual be an older ritual, which the Gyron in the blood pushes away the Shaiath, the wind of death?
I would bow to her knowledge, but it doesn't sound too far fetched.
She says, There could be some truth in that.
I'd imagine Shite gathers a lot on
Maybe
Geheimnisnacht.
Birdie's plan maybe is a good plan.
I think so.
But isn't that interesting, Greta?
Greta says, if you say so, yes. I mean, it's certainly a potential fact, but you can't get the answer.
You could use a different kind of blood, though.
Good.
And what are you hinting at?
Like menstrual blood.
Right.
Rather
Right.
than cutting yourself.
But it's dead.
Does that hold Gyron?
And
Menstrual blood.
in immense quantities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's blood, right? Would be.
Well, I do not know. I do not.
Bringing life.
I believe so. Yeah.
I do not do that.
I mean, I've never tested
because
it.
you
I've
have
never had the
control.
opportunity, but I can't see why not.
And I say I'm still jealous of that.
Because even from a battlefield point of view, blood spread would still be Gyron escaping,
Yes,
right?
it is.
Yeah.
And it seeps into the land all around.
Yeah.
But Shyish is known for hanging around battlefields and
Mhm.
pushing most of the other winds away,
Heavy,
leaving
right?
the
Yeah.
leaving the blood dead. As she says, I think, as in Marguerite says, I think there is certainly some potential truth in that, but it would be supposition only. Why are we all gathered around like there's something important to discuss without anything important being discussed?
We're sharing customs and how we celebrate or not.
We
the
celebrate.
day.
Respect.
Yeah.
Are there
Celebrate what?
any Geheimnisnacht?
Ah,
Are there any?
a great day for cultists of the dark gods, so they would come to my lands in significant numbers. We would lay traps for them in preparation in order that we could ensure that they were both secured and never died. For to die would be to empower those that we were arrayed against. In my time, I must have captured many hundreds.
What about in the amethysts? Anything? Because they're next to Moore's gardens, right?
We are. There is many rituals that the priests of Moor conduct within the old Garden of Moor, that is within the walls of the city. I did not partake. I found them tiresome. There were better things for me to do with my time, like prepare for securing cultists, which was very clearly my whole point in life, if you want to speak to my father.
We will soon.
But
No,
now you
grandfather.
get to
My grandfather.
wish for something else. In Nippon we write thanks to God and then a wish for the future.
No, well, this will be very simple. I wish death upon my grandfather.
Okay.
I can respect that.
Is there anything else I should do? I make a wish.
Thanks.
Thank the god.
I thank the gods for the opportunity to wish death upon my grandfather.
Draw a picture. What everyone else did.
We did not.
Not draw a picture. You don't have to
I
write
drew a
your name.
picture.
We just tie it to the mast. It's the only tree like thing we have. So
Yes. She gets up, looks over, ties it on very neatly. And is there a process that will allow me to ensure that I secure that which I wish? Is there something we can do to add? Additive. I'm looking to, I don't know, pray if it makes a difference. What god am I appealing to with this dead mast?
Jiro? Sorry, I'm not very good at my religious stuff. I know the basics. That the children do this part, so obviously.
Jiro was definitely not shaking at the far end.
Jiro?
Fine.
You said any god would
Yeah,
be
well,
fine.
I
So
mean, any god is fine, but if you ask me specifically for the Nipponese one, we have lots. So, pick your favorite animal is probably one of them.
If it's about betrayal and death, then the horned rat you can't really go wrong with.
or maybe more, just to
Let's maybe not pray
move that along that way
to that.
towards.
I have one for you. I think, in a way, she is similar to your god Morai Heg.
Oh.
She holds the fate of everything in her skin pouch. She sees the future because she sees the past, and she knows that it is a circle and it will come around again.
Pow.
Then I offer a prayer to Morai Heg to bring that circle to a close. She bows once and moves over and sits down and pulls out a small silver cup.
Nice.
Right. Out of curiosity, my lady, do you have a favourite animal?
A favourite animal?
Yeah.
No, I've never really considered it.
Probably one she created.
I did have a favourite one of those, actually.
Oh,
That's fair.
He was very effective at securing. He was so desperate to avoid pain that he would do anything, betray his kind entirely. It says, so he would do anything to ensure that whomever came by our door believed the whole facade. He was a favourite, I suppose, in as much as one can have a favourite amongst such foul creatures.
is that the rancid?
Probably enjoying that. Actually.
Well, we could go around. What's everyone else's favorite animal?
Meat pie, obviously.
Okay.
Meat Pie, upon hearing his name, comes running over, growls at Father Leopold.
But he's really aware.
Stops, runs over to the mast, pisses,
Oh,
and
Oh,
then comes over to you.
still my favourite. Oh,
that will. The stench will soak into the wood, and we will never be able to rid ourselves of it.
he's been doing it for
Where do you
I
think
think
we've
he's
got
been
multiple
pissing.
dogs on the barge? Where do you think they go?
Off the side, like a good trained dog should.
No,
No.
no.
I've been pissing on. Oh no, is that not?
No, so we've been pissing off the side. We've not been pissing on the barge.
Well, we've been pissing off the side.
I like
Sig
I like boats because they do not smell of the ingrained urine like your cities.
Well, just give it
I mean,
time.
this one does.
Yeah,
So-
Well, it does now. And now I know the cause. Can you not train him to go up on the side like a human?
This is the start of it. This is the argument. Go, go, go. Embrace it.
if he falls in, he'll drown. So no.
Well, put him on a lead and get him to tell you.
What the fuck's happening out here? You're all talking so much. I'm trying to sleep. What the fuck is happening? Why is it like this? Why can't you just be quiet during the day like normal, proper people? He comes out wearing what appears to be something like a dirty nappy.
Oh,
Is that Skip?
No,
No,
Sigfader.
it's like
Sigfader. He adjusts said thing. Oh! Booze. Yeah. Aye, there we go. Sits down cross-legged. Not the best way for him to sit, given what he's wearing. Smiles and says, in the north, we've got things we do. He says, we drink, you got to drink. If you don't drink, you might be sensible when the bloody moon goes up, and you don't want that. Second, you don't swim. Ever. Because more is on the prowl today. If you've got a blade, you don't use it. Blunt weapons only. Blades are gifts. Blades are not to be wielded. And, most importantly of all, you're probably going to die quite soon. That being the case, whatever the fuck is going on in your head, get it out. It's the only day you can, because it's the only day that the blades aren't allowed. Now, I'm not saying that a few folk don't get a fucking cosh around the head. I mean, they do. But at least it's not a blade in the gut. Oh, where'd that come from? I left my scabbard back. Fuck. Adjusts himself so he stands up. Right, I'll go get my scabbard. Fuck. As he makes his way off with his drink.
Can you move the drinks around so next time he sits down, he gets the rancid one?
Yeah.
Okay. Then he will drink it. We can have the normal ones. Do you think my wooden sword counts as a sharp weapon? Because technically it's blunt. I haven't tried it on anyone that isn't.
Yes.
Okay.
It is a sword.
But it's wooden.
I don't think it's.
It doesn't have an edge.
I think it has an edge.
I think it has an edge.
Well, technically, if
It
we're
may
going
not
down,
Exceedingly sharp edge.
It may not be. Well, is the edge visible to her? Is that not? Is it not like no? Because then Alamenoid wouldn't see it either.
The edge is sharper than
Yeah.
a soul itself.
It's a good thing I didn't try it on a human just to try it.
Anyway, Al was
Depends on your
arguing.
tradition.
This is what we want. Go.
I don't like
Resume.
it when you call me Al. Stop it.
Okay. Yeah. Embrace it. Go.
I would not call you Ra. Why do you call me Al?
Well, it'll be L.
No, it would not. Because L would make sense.
Yeah.
Ra does not make sense, and neither does Al.
So what does make sense?
Alamenowife.
Hold on.
Right.
White.
Give me a name.
Alamy.
No. Give me a name that you like. That means something to you. Not a fragment. Not a.
when you say give you an as in name you. Or,
Yes.
all right.
What I mean to him.
Mm.
I will accept that.
Like a.
But you must pick your own.
Okay.
Any name.
Cat. That's my favorite animal.
Oh.
That is my favorite animal also.
Oh, good. I just like the way that they sort of do their own thing. You know?
Me too.
Greta says, I suppose a gorpound. I like a gorpound.
Right.
Gorpounds are about 6 foot the shoulder. Enormously ferocious war dogs. I was brought up with them.
I'm still sad we didn't get any for the barge.
I actually miss. I have several gorpounds. I miss them.
I think you said this before. You told us this story. That makes sense.
I also sort of hate them, but
That's pets for you.
yeah,
Sometimes you can only truly hate what you love.
yeah. I mean, they really fought.
Mm.
The smell is quite remarkable.
It's the drooling as well.
Marguerite says, I had an undead one of those for about
Alright.
15 years. It was very useful. It came with one of the cultist groups. It was.
It's like things pick up and it's just fucking plunged.
It's like, I cannot wait for your wedding.
Bells are going.
Fucking amazing.
Fantastic speeches.
The centerpieces are just going to be skulls. They're going to be top notch.
But the more Margaret talks, the more Birdie falls in love with her. Oh, dead dog.
It was quite useful until its front leg fell out.
Right. Just go around.
Did it try and fetch itself?
Fetch itself? I don't understand.
It's a bone. It's a funny human joke. Dog
Dog
go
don't
after
see bones.
bones, and it was an undead dog, and its leg
Really?
fell off.
I was unaware.
Oh.
Dogs go after bones.
Could I?
Well, live ones.
Living bones.
Live dogs
Live
go
bones.
after dead
bones.
bones. So maybe your dead dog would go after live
Half
bones.
smiled. I feel you're making a joke.
No, I'm
That's
just
that's more
putting a
joke.
possibility.
How
often do you laugh?
as rarely as possible. It interrupts with the shyish.
Right.
Very. Oh, you don't even talk. in
Yes,
the-
my
in the
college
school.
don't talk.
What do you use to communicate instead?
It's a mixture of sign language.
Interpretive dance.
Oh,
They didn't like me when I talked in the college.
I think we should all learn it. It'll be fun.
Please continue, Margaret. They are rude to interrupt you.
And simple spells, cantrips that allow us to communicate silently.
Right.
I have a spell like that.
You said smell.
Okay.
Ha, ha.
Good. This is good. Warming up.
You do not need to laugh.
Then I shan't.
Okay.
It just sits there.
Right. Well, once Lucas is up, should we head off? We're going to the public.
Well,
Greta said,
house?
wait.
We're not off. You're still on the bar.
You're just on the road.
No, I know.
You're not stopped
still
anywhere. You're
going.
just on the river, making your way up
Or
north.
should we hook up and go on to this pub? Then, if that's the
We
case?
have to
not
wait
reached
till
that
we
point
arrive in
yet.
the town in which we're going to...
I thought we were just sort of like.
No.
No.
Marching your way
We're
up
not in the town yet. my lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I have no eyes, and I know
We're
that.
literally treading water. We're trying to get.
Right. Okay. Well, then let's get this move on. What's been going? Why are we just standing around having a conversation? I mean,
We're
obviously
not.
it's
We're,
nice.
we're drinking because
Yeah.
we can't drink in the tavern. So we're drinking here.
Why can't we drink at the tavern?
We're on the barge and we're not in the town yet.
No,
Right.
Paul. You're
Okay,
not
no,
talking
stop,
much
stop,
about
stop.
what you do. And
I thought you meant that there was a rule You couldn't drink in a tavern, which I thought was insane, which is why I said it in such exclamation. But I understand. Right, okay, fine. Well, let's get this on. Who's driving the barge? Skip!
Say the name of the barge.
Sail. Skip! Okay, fine.
Matilda.
Right, sorry. Matilda!
Did you just say you have eyes?
Gerhard,
Wow.
Look, there's a lot going on.
you haven't
Sticks
answered
her
my
head
question about your favorite animal.
That's true.
She
I
sticks
didn't
her.
realize you'd ask me.
I asked everybody.
You have been very quiet.
I've been listening.
All
I
right.
find this stuff fascinating.
Yes, but you should share.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like me to share?
Your favourite animal.
I mean, I don't know. Dogs, I guess.
Ugh.
There's Greta as Matilda sticks her head out
Free for
from
dogs.
the wheelhouse at the back and says,
Oh, horses.
"Yeah, well,
We hurry this up.
no,
No, you can't do any sort of sailing things
At the mercy of
on
the
the
wind.
on the.
that
Gerhard.
I mean, we have one way of speeding things, but
Well,
let's
exactly.
maybe not embrace that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do
Or
that.
you could just blow really hard towards
No,
the
I
stick.
know that's not going to work.
Matilda just shakes her head and says, "There really ain't much I can do.
Do you want to
If we
drink?
had some godhounds,
Well, we're
we
all
could
there's
point
nothing to
them.
do. We're all tied up. We're making best use of the wind, and we're lucky we'll be there by late afternoon, from what we heard."
Oh,
Well,
right, fine. Okay, if that's the
Be
case.
nicely lubricated.
Right, well then let's get some seats out here. Let's set it up proper, because right now we're all stood around. It would be better.
We have
Greta smiles. You know we don't have any. You need to get your mind
Right.
back on it. We're
No.
not going to be using books again.
Get more imaginative. We've got barrels.
Oh.
We've got Birdie. You've packaged up loads of packages and wrapped them up in rope and things like that. They're sittable, right?
But sit on the floor.
Yeah, I'm fine on the
Why
floor.
would you sit on? Why
Because
would you
it
want
just-
to sit on the wood of a barrel when you could just sit on the wood of the boat? It's
Because
the
it's-
same thing.
Because it's more
Except the
civil.
bottom is stained with ingrained piss.
Only at the mast. And a bit in the
Yeah,
prow.
only at the mast.
Only at the mast.
And there was a couple of accidents in the rope still, but to be fair, River's only little.
So fine. So, but just so you can sit.
You've been lazing around on the deck.
I
this
have
whole
not been
time.
lazing around.
I think he just wants something to prop his leg up on so he can look heroic. And
Right.
give a
Sure,
spiel.
fine. Why
Can
not?
you not do that on the edge?
On a step?
You know, the edge of the barge.
No, it's dangerous. You couldn't be around water. Didn't you hear what Sick Fella said? Thought you were listening.
He said don't go swimming.
On that, Big Feather's returned. He's
There he is.
dressed. He's got some hose on and a loose shirt.
Come on.
As he comes out and goes, right, so, oh, nice. Takes a drink of that. Nice.
Right.
What is that drink?
Here. Oh no. Good, eh? Aye, that's aged nicely. So, what are you kids going on about then?
Favorite animals, and also how Gerhard's too good for the floor.
I like a porker.
Big pig.
More big boars. I like boars. You know,
Right.
big boars are intelligent animals.
And he
Really
cannot
smart.
fly.
See where you
Yeah.
get on so well with Gerhard.
Right, well, that's two jabs today. What's going on?
I get it.
I thought we're having fun.
You know, it's fair to
That's
say
rude.
you could probably do with a bit more training. You know, just saying.
I'm not sure what the slapping meant. Are you going
I'm
to
saying
teach
you're
me
a
something?
fatty.
Right. Well, come on now. That's a little untoward.
Oh well, let's take a boat.
Absolutely not taking note.
I do believe that's what you say all the time. Let's talk out and have a vote.
Right,
So,
no,
sorry,
not
wait a
how I
minute, let me
sound.
try again.
Porsche.
I can't do it. I mean, who'd want to do that? All right, so I vote he's a bit thick about the waist. Anyone else? Aye.
I have to abstain. I can't see.
You should
Fair.
hug him
How
just
you?
to have
Give him a hug.
Yeah.
Hey.
Just go give him a squeeze.
I don't want to make him uncomfortable.
Ask Lucas, they're always hugging. He'll tell you.
To be fair though, you're thinner than you used to be.
Yes.
True.
I do not see the difference between you and the others.
Marguerite says,
We call you
you are
that.
approximately twice my weight.
Do you just know that as well?
Birdie's like a toothpick.
Not exactly, but I can tell you how old you are. Exactly to the minute.
Everyone
Right.
look at Birdie.
Yeah, that was very-
Magritte, do us all.
No.
Do Birdie.
Would
We
you
need to
It's
know.
not something
Requested.
that is just simply you.
Oh.
I have been doing some maths. And I don't like what the maths has told me, and you may be able to assist. Because
She looks at you. I have no knowledge, I think, that will be able to assist you with any of your mathematical computation.
I was told I was 19, but I've done the maths and I think I'm 51.
This is not unknown. There are many ways that one can stall the apparent aging.
Without
Most
someone's
commonly
knowledge.
magic. Most commonly magic.
Am I 51?
I could tell you if you wish
Please.
to know.
I do.
Fumble. Let's see what happens. Is it a fumble? You are 908. Let's find out. Grandmother die. These aren't my dice. I apparently have borrowed them off someone. I think these might be yours.
Yeah.
How are you there?
You want the back?
Borrowed.
Something not blue.
They're
red.
my weighted ones and all. It's very
Ah.
annoying.
22.
She says, that is fascinating. A lot of time has passed. The flow of Algu from you is weak and strong simultaneously. 52 years. 7 months. Yes, 7 months. About 2 weeks. I can't get any more exact than that. 52 years.
That's a bit disappointing.
That's a lot
Could be a
of
bit
time
more
stolen.
specific.
What?
Could I just do supernumerate to figure out her birthday?
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
because I don't know when my birthday is.
Exactly.
Yeah. Tap, 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 tap. And that would put her, what, 52 years ago? That's all the way back at 2450. 2450.
and then-
Oh, no.
24
7 months.
Specific date?
Pardon?
Specific date? So,
Oh,
so we can
yeah,
celebrate
yeah.
her birthday as
7
well.
months, and we're only just past that. So that's 2449.
59.
59.
59.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Thanks. See, no supernumerate. God damn it. Thanks. 59. And you would put her at the end of the year, so probably Vorhexen. Probably Vorhexen. The end of the year. She's a winter child.
Well, yes, that makes sense. All right, fine. When's your birthday? That's your birthday.
What are birthdays?
Oh, you know what a birthday is, you know, when you were born.
All right. Okay.
The
Give
day,
out
the
the
day that
gift
you were
for
born.
everyone else.
Yeah, each year you give a gift to other people that you like.
Human thing.
Yeah, yes, but you can.
We've not had time to do a lot of that
When you-
because we've been traveling, but
You are also human. I know you weren't raised that way, but
Yeah, they didn't cover it at school.
She is a very old one, is Marguerite. There's someone who only looks 16, 17, did you say?
19, they said.
19. I find it difficult to judge humans.
You're
Sorry, girl.
I have that problem also. It is hard.
And how could it not be hard, given that she's already in her 50s and appears to be much younger?
I don't know how they
But I
did
think
it.
you're also, and I know this is impolite, but a lot older than you may appear as well.
Yeah.
Is that not the advantage of magic?
Not always. Well, not for brides.
It
We
is
tend
in
to
my
die
case.
Before we get old.
An advantage of magic.
My family, though, they live a long time.
like
Some
the
of them.
lady we met, Corabruff's mum.
And
I
Barbara.
don't know if she's the same, but she's old.
But she's old, yeah.
She's very old.
So will,
Corbrett's old.
will we share secrets when we are in the tavern?
Is it safer to do it here where there are people listening in?
St. Feder says, definitely no one listening in.
Well, we know that.
Well, less than in a tavern.
Well, we know that we can't be scried right now.
Birdie shift slightly
We can be
closer.
eavesdropped in a tavern.
Just want to be eaten.
St. Feder goes, secrets. I like secrets. All right, I'll give you a secret. It says, are you ready?
I'm ready.
It's not going to be true.
A secret. Right, do we want to have, what sort of secret do you want? I've got a lot of secrets.
The kind of secret that if you died tomorrow, you would want people to know.
Or the kind of secret that would die if other people knew. That you die if other people knew.
Not like a right.
Wow.
No, I like mine better.
Well, I like mine better. Because that's
Well,
what my secret is. So maybe now I'll just change
This
it.
is the best game of midden ball I've ever seen. Carry on. Aye.
Well, what if we just leave it to personal preference?
I was given something that I thought would be suited to you.
Right. All right. Secrets then. All right. First secret. What is certain is that man there is by far the hottest man in this barge. No doubt. In fact, the hottest person. Now,
He's a bright man.
you might not think that's a secret, but it is. That one there, he could do with a little bit less bread in the morning. Now, that's a secret that he doesn't share. He gets a little extra serving sent down to him by Dumpling. Dumpling sticks her head out and says, "You said you wouldn't tell! You said you wouldn't tell! I'm just fattening him up!" Here we go. Oh, betrayed! Betrayed! She slams the door to the galley. Someone was listening in. She's trying to fatten you up. She thinks you'd be more impressive if you had girth.
Children.
Breathing.
I know.
So
Harry's Lady McQueen.
Her face
right.
is impassive.
Okay. Fine. That makes sense. I mean, I'm still doing plenty of,
No, you're reading books.
one does one lunges in the morning.
You know,
It's one flexible.
You're
you have a
reading books.
spa anymore.
You're reading books.
I mean, we could run.
there's a place for that, but what are you going to do when someone comes up with a big blade and decides to hack you into?
I mean, let's find out. We can start, right?
Nope,
Yeah.
nope. Put a book in the way.
No blades.
There you go.
Oh, they've
Right, this one.
the wood.
Pulls out a pole arm.
Symbolism.
This one here.
Mm.
Use my sash.
Shh! Sigveda is trying to tell us secrets. Let the man talk.
Oh, this one here. This one here. Well, I didn't expect that. She's in love. And it's not with someone on this barge.
Ooh.
I lied! Or did I? I wouldn't like to spill her secrets so easily. Her father's been lied to. She is really strange.
Not a secret.
Look, I'm trying to look. Everyone's got a little bit of a tug around them, and your tug is strange. This one, though, this one is just all secrets.
We'll see.
And I think some of them will come out today. Aye, that's her secret. That she's going to say her secrets. I like that. Right, I'm going to get pissed. I've done my job.
Wait,
What?
You.
What, me?
Yes.
Also, you kind of just
I'm
skip.
pretty much what I look like, eh?
No, you must have a secret that if you died tomorrow, you said that this was getting ready to go to war and that you should leave today feeling that if you died tomorrow, it was done. So you should tell us what you would want to be known if you died tomorrow, but what is not known now.
Well, you fucking asked for this, all right?
I did.
Oh, wait. Is this one of those you can't unhear it
If
things?
you heard
No.
Okay, no, fine, go ahead.
No. I mean, that's all things, really. Once you've heard a thing, you can't unhear it.
But there are certain things that are more
Aye.
dangerous.
Right, so,
Seen things I can't unsee, like in the last 20 minutes.
Scarhart's belly.
Sing better laugh.
I've seen
Aye,
him loads.
I saw that too.
He's not far
Haunted
from
my
my
dreams. Ah.
I'm sorry, says the man who's flashing brain every 5 seconds.
At least I have one. Anyway, right, go
Talking about your testicles.
I've only had known.
Has he just got the one?
Well, I think you know better than most. So, once,
3.
there was a young man, and his name was actually Elric, which is completely coincidental, by the way. And he had travelled from the north and I mean from the north. He'd come by suppose it was a ship. You could call it a ship. And in the front of the ship had a great wolf. And his father, he had come from this place called the Throat. And down in his throat, he had been filled his head with the ideas of the god of wolves. And he had decided to sail to the south to meet this god of the wolves, face to face, eye to eye, because he was certain that if he could kill him, then he'd beat him. That was his thought. As it turns out, he had a good tour around Nordland, where I'm from, obviously. And he fucked off to Oslo for a while. He had a good look around there too, and he couldn't find Ulrich anywhere. Now, he went to a lot of temples, and they all pretty much said something akin to, "Are you mad?" Oh, they all paraphrased it in their own ways. Some of them said things like, "Oh no, what you're attempting to do can never happen." Or alternatively, "Oh, if Ulrich's out there, he'll come to you. There's no other way to do it." But he was taking none of it. He was certain that Ulrich was real. And the reason he was is because his father had seen him. Because everyone born in this throat is supposedly a child of Ulrich. He wanted to stare down his father. That was his plan. That's what he wanted to do. And stab him. Because, you know, he's from the north. And it's all about having a quick fight, you know, chip, that sort of thing. Now, eventually, after some 10 years of looking, he came upon a fellow deep down in the Dratball Deeps, not far from here. That is, really not too far from here. It would be maybe 50 miles that way or so. And he met this fellow. He's really tall, grey hair, right down to his waist. And he made Gerhardt look really, really skinny. So you can imagine how big this fellow was, right? He was big. Very, very big. Rotund, like he'd just given up. And there was nothing else he was particularly interested in. And he's back against this tree, having himself a drink, necking it. And Elric, he comes up to him and he says, "Hey, you Ulrich?" It's fair to say he'd asked this question a lot, and his Reichspiel wasn't so good. Often he got an eye, because there's a lot of fellows called Ulrich in and around the lands that he was wandering. He'd killed a few of them in the mistaken belief that they were the god. And of course, this fellow says, "Aye." He draws his axe straight away, and then he goes, "No, I'm going to stick with my original plan," and draws a blade. But he made a mistake, because it was Geheimnisnacht. And you shouldn't use a blade on Geheimnisnacht. But he didn't know this, and he stabbed the fellow 22 times in the chest. But Moore was having none of it. This fellow wasn't Ulrich, but Moore, he was having none of it. And so he decided to pass by on Ulrich that day, because he drew a blade. Now, I'd love to say that there's a great moral to this story. There isn't. No great moral at all, other than 3 days later, Ulrich killed him. Axe to the back of the neck. Nice and clean. Dead. Make it that way, you will. I mean, it's definitely true. There you go. Oh, it was meant to be a truth about me, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Aye. Right, so, okay, right, let's take it back a bit. So I met him.
Him
Elric.
being Ulrich or
Elric. I
Elric.
met this Elric fellow, and he challenged me. And he said, "Like Ulrich?" And I said, "Aye."
Sure.
Well, what's his game? And it came out to a fight. So, I cut a long story short, I kicked him in the goolies. Swiftly. Like that. He wasn't ready for that. He was expecting a big sword fight. He was actually halfway through throwing his sword when I gave him my swing. Ha! Like that. And I said, if I was Ulrich, I wouldn't have done that, would I? And he, on the ground, groaning, said, it was an ambush, he might have. Ulrich likes a strategic ambush at the correct instance, he says. So I think you might be. And he ended up following me for a good year. Which is how I got to know his tail. Little bugger just wouldn't go away, would he? He'd just jump out at me at random points. Ah! Fuck! I held him off, mind. He didn't let me at his ghoulies again. He actually wore a little plate.
Smart.
Nah. I tried. Wow. Oh, fuck. Oh, my shin. Ah, that's cheating. Ah. Okay, I might not happen quite like that, but it's pretty close. So, a fella was real, and I heard the tale of how he died. Whether it's true or not, who knows? There you go. That was the truth about me. I kicked a man in the ghoulies.
Okay, right.
All right.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
no one knew that here. That was a secret.
No idea about that one. That was new. And also, I don't suppose you sort of stepped into, well, part of the storytelling thing and learning lessons.
I've never heard him speak for so long.
No,
That's quite impressive.
I think that's actually more of the secret being revealed than anything else.
What, they're kicking in the ghoulies?
Sure.
Ha. Here we go.
Out of curiosity.
See. He does have a brain sometimes. He just doesn't put it out very often, unlike some of us.
Says crossing his leg. Oh no,
He's wearing tights
dressed now, isn't he? Yeah.
Tight. He's wearing tights now.
What time is it?
Well,
Ghastly
midday,
Marguerite,
perhaps?
he'll tell you.
Yeah, Marguerite might be able to tell you.
What is what is the time, Lady Marguerite?
She says, time is subjective.
Amazing. Just here comes the vibes. Just
In the-
destroying it.
In this turning of the world, how far through are we of it?
He says, where?
Here,
At this point?
yes.
He looks up. 11:47:36. 8 seconds.
Will you tell me at midday
Tell you what?
when it is midday?
Yes.
Thank you. Like soulmates.
Sure.
You're going to need a bigger bed at this rate.
I do.
Just mattress the whole floor of the cabin.
It's
Could have
Library.
had got a second barge, but no, we fucked that up.
It wasn't my
A goblin
fault.
went through.
And Greta says, you leave my bed alone. I paid a lot of money for my bed. I don't require anyone to dismantle it and place it across the floor, especially when there's a child in there.
Wait, are we not a company? Is it not our bed?
No.
No,
She
they
bought it with her personal funds.
Yeah.
Wait.
I'm afraid to say, but if you do wish to borrow it at some time, just ask.
I contributed a shilling.
It was such a generous contribution.
A pillow.
By the way, I was talking about the second barge. I did think that the thing we did was the idea you had to like turn the barge around and
Yes.
then the way I think that was really good. I mean the Sigmarite that died beforehand very bad. We should probably try and like not do that again. But the barge thing and how we work together, good, right? It's good to
No,
celebrate.
I agree.
Can anyone understand her?
No, everyone can understand her, and she's making a good point.
Mm.
You're smart, but you think too much.
What? So that's just back on me again.
Just make decisions.
Right, okay, fine.
Or-
I love this.
Or
He sits
you know
back.
what? I'm in comparison stupid, so I will make the decision when you need to stop talking and you just say the smart things.
All right.
Good.
All right, well, here's one. Why is Leopold not saying anything? What's going on?
Not
Before-
really a
before-
decision, it's more of a statement.
Yeah, that's fine. What's going on?
Before
Nothing.
he answers, sorry, what's Giro doing? Is he sitting with us?
Nope. Giro's still sitting up there
I
at the
mean, he's
front.
probably still here.
With his brush poised as he's trying to figure out a better line.
It's been like hours.
Is there a tankard that hasn't been
Yeah.
drunk from yet?
Yeah.
Oh, we're just going to drop a little tankard that get the creative
That's, what,
juices flowing.
that's why
Oh,
I
sorry.
was asking where he was. She was
I'm
like,
waiting on an alewife.
Jointly holding a tango.
Well, it is polite to give things with 2 hands, so,
One of 4 hands.
Oh. Extra polite.
They'll probably reach for it at the same time.
No, after you.
Oh, thank you. Did you? Excuse me. Would you like a drink? I have brought one for you.
He doesn't move. As he looks down at the single character that he's placed there, possibly regretting it.
May I get you another strip of paper?
Definitely regretting it.
Does not want to admit defeat. You hadn't asked, maybe? Clearly, he's stuck on this character as he peers at it. And if anything, his eyes grow more intent. He can make this work.
I will just leave this here.
Gerhard, I think you should give Yume a hug for pointing out that really good thing about you.
That's a good point. All
Go
right.
for it.
Give you a hug.
Oh.
What did Jiro do?
It's all elbows.
Jiro does
entire thing is
indeed
elbows.
do this. Looks over his shoulder and looks back.
Would it be better if I
Oh
arranged-
no, he's
Other
lost his
timers.
concentration! Ah! He goes. The frustration manifests within his voice as he reaches down, drops his quite dry brush, throws it away, and then calls out in Nipponese, "I need another, Your Imperial Highness."
Do you want to take it?
I'll went around to say, do you like tea? Can I get Dumpling to make you some tea? That's a no. Right, I'll leave you to it.
So is the plan to kill him
Elric will
with
bring the paper.
kindness?
Do
He looks up, nods once, repeats it.
you want a drink?
What have you served?
The rancid one's gone. I have the
Gone?
wine.
You could have rancid
No, I
information.
assumed it was. Oh no, he just poured some of it in
Yeah,
into his own cup. We had cheap wine.
Yep.
We had
Spicy wine.
Spicy
Yeah,
food.
it's spicy.
That's the one for you.
You might like the spicy wine.
That was
I don't care if he likes it or not.
that's
Wow,
offensive
that's-
as well.
Wow.
Only as far as
Elric doesn't share booze. He would have just grabbed a random one, but definitely not the rancid one.
You can take the wizard out of Taliban.
He will pick it up, nod once, and sip it slightly, and then put it down. And then, again, straighten his back, look over, Yeah. tighten it. As
Yeah,
his
looks like
face
he's in a
falls
wind
to
tunnel.
concentration. He looks out across the water.
Good lad. Gonna smash it.
Clearly, you didn't even sniff mine. Rude.
He didn't.
It's
Don't
okay,
know.
Ella.
Do they drink tea in Nippon?
I just don't think that he's very used to women.
It might be that you're.
Oh! I could see the sign light up above her head.
Challenge accepted.
Here comes the adore then.
Oh, really?
It
I'll
might,
bring my drink back.
it might just be because you're a bad influence. Consider it from his perspective.
No, but they had a moment. Remember at the place of the shining rock, he like nodded as if he was agreeing with you at one point.
It's quite rare.
Yeah.
He wasn't there.
Agreement isn't
Yeah, well,
necessarily.
But I was telling
Approval.
Gerhard that it was happening.
How's Niels getting on?
All right.
He's currently cleaning your weapons.
My armor.
Mm.
Because I'm going to have to actually wear it.
Yeah, totally.
No.
He's a little surprised
Just
that,
all right? Anything
Lucas
else?
hasn't turned up.
Lucas is fine.
He's been captured by beastmen.
Is Lucas on the boat?
If they shut up, you'll be able to tell.
Shh.
Eliminate literally rolls her eyes. Won't you just go down?
It's so rude when he does that.
Wait a minute. Perception test.
You may will.
Yeah,
Yeah,
One
you're not sure.
Unless you're chill.
Even if I'm chill, if I'm chill, it's one fail. If I'm not chill, it's 3 fails.
Yeah, you're on time. You have
Yeah.
advantage, and yep.
Yeah.
No, but if he's down there, he's being quiet.
Yeah.
All right.
Plus, everyone's breathing so
If
hard
he's there, he's
and drinking.
He's doing
It's
something
slurping.
quiet.
Right.
You will drink very noisily.
Someone can go and have a look at him. Check on him.
I will check on him.
All right, you do it.
Pad. There's his door.
I'll take the drink to him.
Mhm.
That guy doesn't want it. Not fussy.
We're all getting drunk. Here's tea.
No, it's not tea. She brought him an alcoholic drink and then he didn't take it. So she was like, maybe you want
Yeah.
There's yes.
No, it's
tea.
fine.
Are you all right, Lucas? I have brought you a drink because we're all drinking because it is Geheimnisnacht.
Yes. I know. That's why I'm in here. I'm praying.
Right. Should we leave you alone?
Well, mostly done, I suppose.
Would you like a drink?
I don't like talking through doors. He gets up, opens it up. Oh my! Oh, hello. A face. Of course, you have a face. It's just, wow. Who did it? Did you do it yourself?
I did it myself.
How? How do you? I have to ask. How do you do these things? We don't have any sort of decent mirror here. So, what are you just doing it by feel?
Yes, by putting it on my
Quite
face.
extraordinary.
In a way.
Quite extraordinary.
Would you?
You know, if I tried to do that, you know what would happen? I think you know what would happen.
I know what would happen.
You know exactly what would happen. You shouldn't shake your head like that. Are you a liar? What's the drink?
I do not know. I just picked one. If you do not like it, I can get you
Who
another.
chose it?
Dumpling set out an array of drinks.
Oh, no, that's fine. I'll be up in a moment.
All
I'll
right.
just finish my ablutions. Up above, Greta says, when we were younger and we were down in the south, in Tilia, when Geheimnisnacht came round, they had this curious ritual, I think would be one way to describe it, no more curious than any of ours, I presume, where they would, again, draw blood. And they would draw blood for Cain, a god that has particularly poor connotations here in the north, but in the south, Cain is just one of the many gods that they worship within their pantheon, the twin of Mor. And the reason that they would draw blood is that they were attempting to attract Cain's eye so that Mor would pass them over. At least that's what they said. And you could always see them. There was a lovely little festival that they had, and they would cut down their arms, and each year that they had done it, it would be a different cut. Which I had me immediately questioning, well, why are there so few? Because some of them, they're people in their 30s, perhaps, or their 40s. They must have had multiple opportunities. And they said they could only do it in a particular holy site. And that the issue with it was that sometimes you did attract Cain's eye.
Oh, well, at least, objective achieved.
Yeah.
There's a lot of these sort of festivals and just bunk them,
Yes, quite. But it did leave me wondering why anyone would do it. And apparently it turns out it's a soldier thing. It was like gambling or like putting a pistol to one's head.
Ah.
Have you ever seen those repeater pistols that the pistoliers use? Yes. They're idiots. Constantly doing that. Bang, 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 leaving only one chamber loaded. They're mostly drunk, and it doesn't always turn out the way you'd hope. Fortunately, most of them misfire, so even when they're successful, it tends to not go very well, except for a deaf ear, a large cauliflower for the rest of their lives, and little else beyond. But I found it quite a curious connection through to what we did in the north. I wondered if there was any particular relation. Perhaps there is, perhaps there isn't. There's no way to be certain.
So is Cain a good god or a bad god?
Oh,
Because-
it absolutely prescribed here in the Empire. Not just bad, considered to be, I suppose the best word would be evil, if you wish. Utterly unacceptable by the moral standards of the Empire, but that doesn't mean you can't find the occasional, let's say, representative. My father hires them as and when he can. Very good at the job. Met one once. He was actually disgusting. Another way of putting it, he was disgusting. He liked gristle, and he would decorate himself with it.
Wow.
Strange.
Yes, preferably from corpses that he himself had been responsible for creating. And he would choose the choicest piece of gristle. And whenever he failed, he removed one of his teeth, and he'd lost 5 of his teeth. Pulled them out himself. He was a very curious fellow. He died. Died on the battlefield, actually. Most ignoble way. He was sat upon by an elephant.
That would do it.
Yes.
I was hungry, but I don't think I'm hungry anymore. Is it midday yet?
No.
Paul, you got any stories?
It's midday now.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
She's
wait.
dead.
Greta, I have a gift for you.
Oh.
As the year turns and the day passes, we move from the summer to the winter, and when the gods left this world. And as they did so, Isha stood and looked upon her children and cried such tears that have never been seen before nor since.
You look slightly uncomfortable because
We're all
it's all
Yeah.
right.
Because she did not want her children to be alone. And those tears, she'll start to cry. And those tears, she takes the blade, they formed into crystalline shards, for she would not leave her children defenseless, as she left them after the cataclysm. And her children took up those shards and learned how to defend themselves, for there will come a time in everyone's life when the mother will leave, and the child must fend for themselves. And so I give my blade to you, wet with my tears, infused within it, so you may learn, when I am gone, to defend yourself.
I'm really shit with a sword, though. He says,
That is why you get the first gift, so you have the longest time to prepare.
"Thank you." He says, "Most gracious gift." She looks at the tears, still damp upon the blade, nods once. "Yes. Do I have to do anything with it?"
Do not draw it, because Sigfeda's customs say that it should not be drawn today. You should wear it at all times. Never let yourself be without a blade.
wise words.
It is the first thing they teach us.
They teach you.
Those of us who are kin to the elves across the sea.
"Which ones?" she says with a curious look in her face.
The Druchi.
Right. Right. Wise words, I suppose. I think, now, take this as you will, I think I'm too fat for this. You are so thin. There is no way I'm getting this around my waist.
My people also worship, perhaps Kaina is how we would call him. But we do not see him or any of the gods as evil nor good, for such things are not the concern of the gods. They just are what they are.
Marguerite looks up. "Oh, I'm quite convinced that some of them are quite..." Then she pauses. "I accept your thesis."
I agree, because ours are all animal-based, and you wouldn't call an animal evil for doing certain things, so...
No, but you
But
can.
they often are guarded as evil in stories, though. Not fairly, necessarily.
Yeah. But you should. They're just doing things to survive like everyone else.
Midday passes. Sun is high, you presume. The clouds obscure it. This could be good, because come the evening, maybe the clouds will still be there and there will be no obvious sign of the big
Mars
Mars
lead.
Rubbish.
in the sky.
So,
Does anyone... Oh, sorry.
no, go for it. I'm just saying, are we just staying indoors? But if we're doing your thing, how are we staying out of the moonlight and doing your thing?
We'll have to go into the moon, because that's where they'll be.
I know.
But isn't that bad for us?
Yeah, I mean, it's dangerous. There's also the whole blades thing. I mean, I have a blunt weapon, but
I've got a pole arm. I can do it from a distance.
By the time the moon has risen, I will be divested of all my worldly and earthly, what is the word?
Trappings.
Trappings.
All of them.
Yes.
I did wonder when you said when you are
I wish you
gone.
weren't blind now.
What do you mean? Are you leaving us?
No, I do not intend to leave, but Isha did not intend to leave her children, and yet one day she had to. There was no other way to save them than to do that. One day it may be that I must leave Greta and the baby, our baby, and I would not wish her to be defenseless.
But to circle back to your point, this is a very important eve. This is about acts of betrayal are a given, and the greatest betrayal, after losing 40 years of my life, will be to take out as many of them as I can.
So
That
is
makes
it
sense.
sort of you can get away with whatever you can in your
If they don't see me coming,
so without retribution or anything? I mean, obviously, necessarily, you're not going to get retributed here because it's well, you're not part of it. You know what I mean?
This is a night that's sacred to their god.
Mhm.
So you are returning to those ways.
a betrayal of a betrayal to mark the end of a relationship.
Trap within a trap.
It's very how we roll.
Yeah, but
Why do you
that-
keep saying we?
that is my concern, and I think we get to the what we've been waiting for. You two particularly need to have a conversation, but I must say, my stance is somewhat shifting also.
This will be the last time.
So stop saying we and say them.
And
That's
why,
going to take practice.
and why do it tonight?
Because it's the night to do it.
It's their night to do it.
Yeah.
So why do it on their night, on their terms?
Because it'll be very easy to find.
She is
The only
practical.
time they'll be easy to
It is
find.
practical.
Yeah.
And also, if I agree with Birdie, if this is significant to her and it helps her get closer, then we should help our friend.
To get closer to what, though?
Closure.
Closure. I suspect that's not a term that is used very often in real words.
Closure.
I have a gift.
Those
for
white wizards, their influence has spread.
you. I have a gift for you, buddy, and I suggest you take it and think upon what it might mean. If you wish to do this thing, I will, of course, support you, but I would like you to think about it.
I will.
Takes off necklace. This is for you. On me it is a collar, a mark of ownership, of being in the service of another, unwilling and unable to leave. On you, it shall be a circlet,
Does it fit?
Hangs like a diadem over your forehead.
Fabulous.
a crown, for you are moving from the darkness to the light, from a place of servitude to a place of rulership.
That's the plan. This will be the last time.
What colour is it?
It's white, like, white, kind of
Very fitting.
White game. Nice.
a
Love
white
it.
gem.
And then with regifts Elric's scar. He's going to come.
I've also given you a cloak as well. A fancy cloak in the past.
Well, you'll maybe roll it.
Fancy cloak. Okay, so with problem with knives. Can't use knives.
You can use whatever you want. It's just stories. Do you think it's going to stop all the fellas out there?
Yes, but the whole point of stories is that there is a meaning from them, you know?
No, the whole
That's-
point of stories is to control people.
Well, but lessons learned.
Aye.
So you learn a
Are you
lesson.
sure you're on the right lesson, though?
Right, well, what's the lesson out of your story? So,
I don't know.
Right, fine. Blade weapons are fine. We're okay. This man is insane.
No, but he's not. You're not listening to what he's saying.
What, a sword cuts both ways?
No, the whole purpose of stories is to control people.
Oh, do you mean like stories in, say, a religious book?
Potentially, yeah.
Did you not see the parallels in that? And I say the word see, but,
Have I told you any stories from a holy book today?
not today, no.
Well,
It's still early.
very-
you two
very
need to have.
specific.
They need to have
That's
an
not-
argument too.
No, we've done this before. It's okay.
But you've not done it on Geheimnisnacht.
And we don't need to have an argument because I'm not angry with him.
Well, I would say
Mm.
passively, you seem to be angry with everyone.
No,
It
I
oozes
agree.
from you.
You're very judgy. Do you know that?
The tension in your shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know everything. You don't need to take the
Go on,
weight of the world on your
roll your
shoulders.
empathetic. He's not.
Doesn't need to roll.
74.
That's for you two to call, not me. I
How is he
refuse to
doing?
get in between that one.
Genuinely super chill. Quite excited. Genuinely how he feels.
I
Right.
have.
Then I would suggest that you need to work on your, as you would say to Gerhard, priestly bedside manner.
I have a secret
right.
I want to get out.
Oh, right.
Well,
Okay.
Greta and I have a secret.
Greta says, which one?
I think you should tell everyone about Elemenoi.
That's not my secret to share.
You shared it with me.
For a reason.
Well, I'll share it then. Has anyone noticed Elemenoite's been acting not her usual self
Yep.
recently?
Mhm.
She's under control, or she's being helped to be controlled by, well, originally I believe it was Greta's father. He gives her some kind of herb that makes her more malleable, and Greta still gives her that to help her overcome it. But I think sometimes maybe she's not had it, maybe it's changing, but it doesn't feel like the Elemenoite that we know. But I don't know if we know the real Elemenoite. Are you aware that you get these herbs?
Yes, I am aware. I have used them for many years before I met her father. It was part of my cover when I was there. And any strange behavior that I have been displaying is because, well, I am different to you. When I play a part, I play a part fully. Do I not, Greta?
Oh, yes. You know,
I had a theory about behavior, and it also tied to your behavior as well, because you of late have been more prickly than normal. See the
Challenge you to it.
You take that
That's what they do in the old world, isn't it?
see the conversation you had with the Royal Templar that we met.
Was he
and I-
royal?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hence the crown.
I would.
I had a weird.
But my thing was, like, you are a bright wizard, and it has been hot at high summer, and I wondered if that meant there was more of your wind around, and that made you more
Grumpy.
angry. But then I remember that you told me that your folk were more in tune with magic, and I wondered if the same thing might be happening with you, and that's why your behavior was so erratic as well.
That is not a theory. No.
Sort of is a theory, but
It can be an incorrect theory, but
Mhm. It's a
I
hypothesis.
honestly thought you were just being a weird elf.
Exactly, God. You understand. He understands.
Boom, straight to the point.
Very decisive.
You've been slightly cantankerous, but no more than
Yes.
usual.
He's always.
Oh,
Yeah,
contented.
exactly.
Definitely more than usual.
No, what? Just because
you
no.
didn't see him.
You weren't there.
That was
Is this because
entirely
he had a
in
puppet
keep-
Sigma?
I asked that question.
What question do you ask?
When does the rock open?
That's
Because we were
reasonable.
told we can't go in for a couple of hours.
Right?
We're not saying it was unreasonable to you ask the question. It's just how you dealt with the issue afterwards.
What? Oh, you want to fight me? No, I don't want to fight.
Well,
You want to whip me? Okay, go on ahead, whip me.
my theory is that clearly you have something to tell us, and you've been feeling guilty about not telling us, and so you've been punishing yourself.
Are you punishing yourself?
No, I
Okay.
do have something to tell, but I think that's for later in the day.
Well, maybe I should tell it since you're so free with my secrets, Elric.
You didn't tell me a
You
secret.
trade yours.
I was trying to help.
Thank you.
I didn't want you to be under someone else's control.
She thinks she'll be helping by sharing your secret.
No, I am not going to share his secret. It is up to him.
It's the day I'll share, but not right now.
Yes. When you share it, I have a gift for you.
All right, nice.
Pause settles and everyone goes, how much does he want the gift? Everyone just looks at him.
No, Gerhard, you're right. I have been affected by actually more.
Oh.
But I'm trying. No, Gerhard, you're right. Good call. Smart man.
He is the smart man. He probably said the thought to me. It's fine.
It's common. It's common for bright wizards and magisters to absorb characteristics of their wind, but I'm trying not to. I've been trying to meditate, but sometimes, as Sigfeder said, I'm the hottest person in the barge. Sometimes it just channels.
That's why I think you should beat up Jiro, then get it out of your system.
I mean, I'll be less cantankerous if I'm unconscious.
All right. Well, how about this? So does training and sort of doing physical exercise help?
Meditating.
It's just a bit relaxed. Okay, fair enough. I can't really help you with that. But I have been meaning to talk to you actually around this sort of thing. It's not really a secret, but it's probably something that I've been planning and want to get out there. You know that currently, technically, you work for me in a very weird way.
In a weird way.
Well, it feels strange because
I have a legitimate contract.
I know. But it feels back then it was a position of convenience, right? And I don't necessarily know if I want to continue sort of that as a binding thing between us two. And realistically, I would like to propose an allyship.
God.
What?
No.
You regretted to shake your head.
Do you understand that if I'm not in your employ as a noble,
no.
I can be summoned by any noble?
Yes, no, I understand that part of it, right? That will still remain. So that will still legally be there. I don't do that, but that was the point of convenience. What I'm asking here is do you want to be my ally?
Do you want me to be in control of Leopold?
I don't know how that would work.
Just I'll be the boss.
I mean, I'm not against it.
I suppose it's unfortunate that I'm not in his lordship's employ, really.
What? Well, what do you mean?
Well, what I mean is it just feels very, and the same to you, Betty, it just feels very contractual the way that we're operating. And realistically, I see you better than sort of now, and especially with conversations I've had with Lucas.
Hold on.
What?
Do you just not want to pay us?
No. Again, the points of employment and all that rest of it still exist, okay? But I would like to ask, sort of unofficially, for lack of a better term, do you want to be here?
Do you want to be my friend?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that okay? Allies? You know, things go a little bit wrong. I know friendship is strange for you as well.
I think
That's the other reason why.
Have to hash this out.
Fine. That's why I didn't use friends. That's why I used allies. So allies in arms, comrades. Does that work?
We could maybe be friends.
All right.
It might.
I prefer allies.
Yeah.
You're such a right.
No, now that you've pushed me away, I don't think excited. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Work colleagues?
Sure. Handshake. Lovely stuff. Allies. And Birdie, same for you.
I haven't considered myself in your employ for months.
Well, that's fair. I haven't paid you for months, so
No, I fight for you. You heal me. That seems to work. I
Right,
consider
good.
us friends.
Okay, friends, allies, lovely stuff. Handshake.
Yes.
Rushing grit.
All right. Well, yes, good that you're on this side. Good. Okay.
Aren't we all friends?
That's my piece. No.
Well,
I thought so.
I agree.
Me and Jiro, tight.
I'm trying.
I think you would get along though.
That's what I've been trying. Complimenting him. Getting them drunk.
Says, I think you're doing it wrong, pal.
Ignore him.
No,
Slap him.
you're fighting against what you shouldn't be fighting.
This feeling.
I mean, if you
can't
want.
this feeling
But
anymore.
seriously, pal, you're fighting against something that you don't fight. You flow with it. If you fight it, it'll best you every single time. Maybe you should be slapping people around the face. Hey, you! Come on over, let him slap you around the chops. It doesn't move.
Fair enough.
That's not entirely surprising.
Punch him back in the head.
Ambush!
Betrayal!
You'll have something like fucking 400 initiative.
I saw you coming before you even moved.
I constantly have to fight everything. And it's
No,
hard.
you don't. See, that's the problem. See. Listen to you. Actually, it's fast, man. It moves. Your problem is you listen to your college too much. It's all about keeping yourself cool. Keeping your thoughts in place until you let loose. No, because that's what they need. Oh. That's what I think. I might be wrong. What do I know? He says, as he rummages around picking at some coins from his pouch. I'm not very rich. He says, that's a shame.
Probably got yourself a good contract with Gerhardt there.
Oh, no, I got a shit one.
Mm.
I don't even have one.
Right, that's better.
Lucas
So I was going to
gets
say,
20 crowns a week.
it's absolutely absurd.
Aye.
Oh, Lucas says he'll be coming soon. He was just praying. He's all right.
All right, good. Excellent.
We should have
It's
asked.
been a while.
Go fetch him. Never ask a single follow-up question.
doesn't come back with him either.
Oh, he's dead. Jolly good.
Brendan says, so how about we do actually do the thing? It's the day of mystery. Let's unleash a mystery each. One actual truth, one thing that we don't tell, one thing that we can't, a secret. Get something out there. I mean, we've been dancing around it a bit. This is traditional where I'm from in the Reichland. I mean, I don't really do it, but we are among allies. She says,
Smirking.
slightly, and I'll even shake on it if you wish. But yes. She starts laughing.
She's a good dancer. Is that what you mean?
No, it absolutely is not. If I'm not at court, I am not a good
Gerhardt's
dancer.
shaking on it already.
So, I suggest this, and Sigfred already tried a stab at that, I suppose, without the actual stabbing. So, I suppose I could try something, a secret that I don't tell anyone, that I haven't really. I actually don't know. What do we say? I mean, most of my secrets, the big ones, you already know.
It's sort of tricky, isn't it? I once told Alamin I threw a potato at a corpse.
A nun.
A nun.
Ah,
Interchangeable.
that was our secret. How could you?
The horse-faced nun.
It's a day of sharing secrets, so everybody now knows the secret. I suppose it's no longer a secret. I'll tell you a different one though.
Thank you.
All right. I apologise. Just when it's quieter and we don't have as many people around, just come and say, I'll tell you something.
All right.
All right. I'll make it sort of.
Make it a good one.
I'll make it a bit embarrassing. Okay.
All right, then. I have a secret. She says, I don't really know if it's a secret, but I'm going to say it anyway. I am quite convinced that my father intends to kill your father.
Yeah, I don't think that's a secret.
No, it is. He would never do that. That is so very much against everything that he stands for, but I think I know the reason why.
Why?
He's jealous of your mother.
My mother.
Yes.
Right. Why?
Well, my father and your father were lovers.
Well, okay.
I told you when I met them that I felt a sense of ownership from her father over your father. Did I not tell you that?
Yeah, no, you have. I just thought it was.
What I did not tell you was that
tropisms.
I shared a bed with your father the night we met. You know that.
Mhm.
And your father came. Well, he loitered, and when I left, he threatened me, And he murdered a servant girl. He strung her up and tore her entrails out with a warning not to cross him again.
Right. Okay. So,
And I never really saw your father again.
Maybe with the servant girl, probably.
okay. I mean, there's little I can do with that now, but thank you for
There
sharing.
was little we could do with it earlier, but
good
I
to know.
honestly believe that he is going to betray your father, which is not what anyone in the Reichland will suspect.
Any proof? Or was it just the...
I just know my father.
Okay.
What if he cannot have him, no one will?
Yes.
Sort of thing.
He'll choose his moment, though. It will have nothing to do at all with the politics of the day. He cares nothing for it.
All right. Well, father has 3 sons, so if that does happen, if it goes the wrong way, then we'll deal with that the way we do.
Well, that's my secret. I think.
Your father has 3 sons.
Mm-hmm.
He's got 2 brothers.
Oh, the little brother.
Yes.
I have not met him.
I think you'd like him.
I can't remember.
His name.
No, I know his name.
Just don't ask him.
It's Wendelin.
2 weeks.
Yeah, damn right. Super neighbor is coming into play.
Two names.
Two names.
Yes. Oh, he's forgotten his own.
I can't remember. It might have been, because we lost one of the recordings, but I can't remember how I think I know this. But isn't Wendelin's illegitimate?
I didn't hear that.
Isn't Wendelin illegitimate?
You believe that might be the case?
Yeah.
Isn't Gerhard illegitimate?
Absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
I know exactly who I am. I know where I came from, and there's no question around that.
Which is the real one, though?
All right. Well, whatever, doesn't matter even if he is. You can lie.
Then, says Greta, I suggest a quick run round, share something, even if it's just a story, something from your background that nobody knows. It doesn't need to be a secret per se, it's just something that nobody knows. Or, if you wish, it says, consider it, how did you put it? If they die tomorrow.
What would they like people to know? And not
We'll
be
find
lost?
out after the break. Oh, boo, boo, boo. The word secrets and a spilled can echoed around the room. Well, the barge. And everyone kind of looked at each other. Alamenowith looked at the spilled juice sitting on technology in the corner and got very upset. Sure, I am going to move this thing out of the way so it doesn't get it. Apologies. I'm almost tempted to say, let's cut that one and do it in post. Yeah, that'd be really good. Let's just restart this. Oh, this was wet too.
Why is this?
I now have a
Not
wet
for
chest.
me, it wasn't.
Maybe there's wet in my hand.
Yeah.
Clear.
My ass is not wet.
Super sweat.
It's just this room. Everything is moist in the room.
Oh, no, really? Yeah, we're cutting this section.
No, the people need to know, Andy.
The basement is flooded.
The live stream gets the best bits because you're not going to catch this if you watch it later because I'm just going to start again with the word secrets echoed across the barge, and everyone kind of looked at each other as if to say, are you going to go first? Who fills that pregnant pause? Apparently everyone's looking at Alamenowith. Greta is.
You want me to go first?
Well, yes, you seem to sort of, have the most, so it would make sense, right? You got less to lose, you've got so many.
Right. Well, you asked me, and I said I would tell you later, and you thought I would never tell you, did you not? About the smuggler's barge with the mark of Kaine on it that we encountered
We've been
some
through a lot.
days ago.
Forgot about it, if I'm going to be honest. But yeah, sure, go for it.
Well, they were the guise of human smugglers, but one of them at least. Well, their barge bore the mark of Kaine, and one of them at least was an elf in disguise.
I think I saw something around this. Sigfeder, is he around? I presume he's around.
He's just lying there with his eyes shut. And he opens his eyes.
He's awake.
What-
Okay.
what
So
do you want?
I've got to say, I saw. I think I saw a little bit of Olgu.
Well done.
Good.
What's
That's it.
that?
What?
Olgu.
Yes.
Hey.
Lovely. Carry on.
On the barge for a moment, it is careless of him. He is an old elf, and he should know and be much better. But his mask slipped, and I saw his face. I had not seen him for 30 years. When I had sent him across the water to where the Druchi dwell, in the far west, to see if he could have some influence upon his father. He is my son.
I feel like
Burying the lead there.
Greta goes,
Right.
What?
Did he recognize you?
Does he know you?
He knows
As
me. He
you?
knows me as both my changed face and the face I wear now. I am sure he probably recognized me.
Did you not speak to him? Did you not say anything?
No, of course not.
Well, of course not.
He follows
yeah.
the path of shadows, as do I. What does Alamenoith of the Jungfrau Jägers know of a smuggler? And what does a smuggler know of her? Why would we talk? Why would we take our masks off? I will see him again.
this big better.
I saw him recently.
Not a single mark in his face.
I saw him recently.
His Gerard's like, oh, he's
I saw him recently.
30 years ago.
Okay. All right. Is this a good or a bad thing for us?
I do not know why he is here. The people that he went amongst do not dwell in human lands. They do not tolerate human kind, or really any kind. You know of them, do you not, Greta? You have shared their ways. They are murderers and are practical people who do what they must. And for them to be here is mysterious and worrying.
They often trade with my father.
They trade in flesh.
There's Greta.
In like a butcher sort of sense, or in a
In people.
slave sense? Okay. Right. Yep. Sure.
They will purchase those
Slaves.
who have been captured at war.
Right.
maybe if there's a war coming, they're trying to get more people to sell off.
That is not how they would do it. They raid.
Formally, yes.
To be here is so strange. I do not know. Perhaps I cannot think that he reached his father and would have lived, so,
And yet you sent him.
well, yes.
Okay. And just so we can, going forwards, identify, should a mask slip or something like that, or will there be any kind of sigil or something to keep an eye out for, just in case?
He has hair that is of the darkest jet, and it flows down his back in a rough way, for it has been cut by the ill swords of my kin. His face was once beautiful and noble, and is now marred by the anger and pain that he must have felt.
Okay.
His eyes themselves are black as the darkest night, with flecks of, perhaps, I could not tell from a distance, but it may be gold or silver. He stands before you, and his face will twist in disgust and hatred, for he is young and he cannot hide his feelings well.
Right. I sort of
I
meant in
think-
general, say it again one more time. The follow begin with a K.
Kaina.
Kaina. Right. Yeah. So if they are around, what should we look for in general?
You should look for your dad.
Anyone?
I will show you a rune.
Could that be why they're
good.
here?
That is useful. What?
To kill someone.
Oh, yeah.
Someone in Delberz, they were pretty adamant about getting off and going back.
Mhm.
It is. Their concerns are bigger. Stranger, I do not know.
Pluck a thread here, pluck a thread there, though. You can unravel a whole tapestry.
Perhaps they are looking for someone.
Could it be you?
I doubt it.
Why?
I saw her.
True. Do you know what? Too much in my head there.
The absent-minded part of the genius.
All right. Thanks, I guess. So you have a son.
Perhaps they are looking for the sorceress that your father has captured. She would be a great loss to them.
That does seem likely. That actually seems very likely.
And the
But-
Witch King thinks of the sorceresses as his own, so he would not be happy.
Yeah.
Maybe if he could bring her back, then he might not die.
He might not.
How quickly well, they're not your, are they your people or sort of akin to your people?
The Witch King is my uncle.
Right.
That is the king of their people.
Okay, fine. So hang on, you mentioned obviously you're somewhat of a princess.
Hmm.
Nope, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Figured it out anyway. If they're going for the similar target we're going for, in terms of Middenheim, or at least in a similar position, is that going to be good or a bad thing for us, or is it just remain to be seen? And
Well-
also, do they travel fast?
We are unlikely to ever see them again, I think.
Okay.
And they were travelling the other way, right?
They were part of
trying
the
to get
flotilla.
through.
Yeah, but they're not on the far side of the flotilla.
Yeah, I think they were traveling south.
Oh, okay. All right, fine.
Mhm.
Not a problem then, I suppose. Good. All right, that's all done then. Well done, everyone.
Have a secret. Red.
Here we go.
I'm not sure I like the idea of sharing secret. It goes against what I have been told repeatedly by my family, and indeed by the imperial writ that I once lived my life by. But yes, I have a secret. My younger brother. I kept him after my grandfather attempted to discard him. He was not in the best material position. And he was the one that was responsible for the unfortunate incident where some of you found him more fascinating than you may have preferred. I had bound him into that particular statuette.
Oh,
He told me of what occurred with a certain amount of glee. And my secret is that that would not have occurred if it had not been for my desire to see my brother live. Such as he was. It has been a burden upon me for some time, for I have not shared it. I should not have done what I did, but I did. We are all weak mortals that make mistakes sometimes. My brother was one of mine. I did not want to see him gone. I should have let him go. His mind did not cope well with what we did.
We destroyed the bear? No,
no, we just walked away.
we just got away, didn't we?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because every time we went to try, we all got
You
sponsored by
went.
it.
Together.
No, we walked by it and we're like, no.
That's a trap.
To be fair, it's probably been blown to sky high. now.
Oh, yeah, it's gone now. That's not our fault.
No. Well,
It's a little bit our fault.
I have another secret.
Oh, okay.
My father, whom I occasionally make reference to, he appears somewhat insectoid. And I know for a fact that he survived.
Oh.
His carapace is far too hard to be easily destroyed. He approached me not long before I was captured. And you came forth to rescue me. He betrayed me, actually.
When you were captured.
Yeah,
This is your actual father. Your grandfather is in
He
Middenheim.
was rather upset
Okay.
with his ancestral home falling into the Reich, so he led them to me.
Oh.
Purposely revealed himself to them
In his insectoid form.
with a wig.
Okay.
That'll do it.
Sigmarites, huh?
And a monocle. His eyes aren't what they used to be. And he led them directly to me, which upset me. I perhaps reacted poorly when you arrived, but I was rather upset when you rescued me. I would not have done what I did otherwise. So that's my father. He's still out there somewhere. I doubt he will be speaking to my grandfather. They don't get on practically well. My grandfather's made many very poor choices, and my father knows of some of them at least. So I don't think we will be a known quantity when we arrive at Middenheim. I felt it was important I explain that, and also that it's fair to say that my family is a weakness of mine. Not my grandfather, I do not consider him family, but my father, for all he betrayed me, I do find it difficult to find myself willing to move against him. He is my father, after all. And we are in an uncertain future where it's very possible he will be accepted. His mind is rational, and unlike my grandfather, he has not made any choices that he would regret. He's just, well, he likes harpsichord. That will do, he says. Makes a small bow. That is my mystery. May Geheimnisnacht reveal more secrets for you all.
Lady Margaret, my condolences at the very least for your brother. You clearly loved him very much, as much as, you know.
He was, and I shall quote, Greta, a sex pest. Greta goes, oh my God, how did you? You're not very quiet, he says, and I do sleep in the adjoining chamber. Greta's eyes widen. Well, he sort of was. I was very disappointed. She shrugs. But he was my brother.
Who's going next?
Probably should be me. I don't have many secrets left to share. You have all the big ones. But I can't help feeling that the attack on Castle Greenskins was my fault. That they followed me there, knowing there was warpstone. That I've been being followed all this time. My apologies, Lady Margaret. It was never our intention.
There is nothing to apologize for. I'm more concerned about is what they intend to do with it.
You'd be amazed.
It is a significant quantity. If I'd stayed there, I'd have been able to track it. But that was not possible given the circumstances and the rather unexpected intrusion that we had.
There were markings all over your castle, especially the tunnels underneath.
That is disappointing. Then it's not your fault at all.
Can't help thinking it was not a coincidence that I was there when it went.
coincidences happen frequently. Greta says, well, you know, you want to know, and even if you did know, you would have considered everything that was in that particular outpost as something worth bringing down anyway. So there's no reason for you to feel anything more than consider it an Ulrican moment. It's a mistake you survived, if you view it as such. Learn from it. Don't make the same mistake again.
I don't get forgiven for my mistakes very often.
I shan't forgive you. The only one who can do that is yourself. My concerns mean nothing.
I'll add it to the list.
Greta looks round and drops her eyes on the father.
Is that when things go quiet? Is that you all looking at me, expecting me to speak?
Yes.
You all know I don't. I can't see
Absolutely.
you. I can't see your faces.
Yes, but you can hear everything. Can't you tell them?
What?
Turning our
Well,
head.
hang on. Do it again. I'll learn it. Right. That's what it sounds like when your neck moves.
What
Right,
about?
okay.
Can you hear my eyes blinking? Can you hear this?
If everyone else is quiet.
Just, yeah. Oh, that's
Oh,
it's really
It's-
lizardine.
it's simultaneously wet and dry.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, it's a condition.
Maybe you may shoot them.
Sure, unless
no. I mean, like Birdie, I think you know all my big secrets.
Demon Dad.
Well,
We do
possibly,
know that.
unless that's the line.
Maybe that's the lie.
Yeah.
Mm.
I suppose I left an important detail out. I mentioned that I once met a famous vampire, a hero of the Empire. I didn't just meet her; I let her drink a little bit of my blood.
I knew it.
I didn't drink her blood.
Oh, well,
You
that's
missed
all
out.
right then.
Oh.
Well, it is. It's fundamentally different.
Sure.
Yeah, right.
Well, I didn't, attack anyone or become super strong or any of that.
Why?
You
Yeah,
say
you
that
missed
like
out.
it's a good thing.
Yeah, it seems like a bit of a missed opportunity.
So why?
Just yeah, she was nice.
Oh, you gave me such a hard time.
Was
She
it
was
a,
very pretty.
was it a sex thing?
I mean, it might have been a sex thing.
Yeah. Let's just own it.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No, I agree.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, she was very pretty,
Okay.
and she's famous.
Perhaps don't donate in front of your peers that aren't us.
No, oh, why not quite?
Right. Yeah. No.
Yeah, no, I mean, she saved the empire.
No.
Bona fide hero of the empire.
You born the hero of the empire.
To be fair, I did shag General Delberz.
Yeah, he's not. The empire.
No, but it was a terrible shag as well.
Weren't you meant to assassinate him?
I had a choice.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
I set fire to his
Underpants?
no
Well, that too.
the thing that you lost, your patent of nobility.
Oh. That's
You never did. That's Greta.
It
Oh,
was a
that's
falling-
hilarious.
There was a falling candle
Well, that's brilliant.
as I was.
Oh, that is brilliant.
I'm very curious to what's happened there since.
Yeah.
Oh, that is actually brilliant.
He was plotting to kill Emmanuel Knack as well.
She gave me the choice whether to murder him or not. I chose not to. It's
I
quite a principle.
warned her that he was planning to push her off the battlement.
Yeah, she kind of knew.
We've seen that stream. Warned her. It's the most oblique warning ever.
She understood.
He's a tote seer.
Did she? Did she though?
She understood.
Oh, speaking of Emmanuel Knack, I sent her a pigeon to tell her that I have done my job below ground. There is no pogrom of purple hands going on.
a what?
Well, that was the secret you should have led with.
As Greta just looks at you. What did you do exactly?
I might have mentioned to a warlord that they had been infiltrated by a terrible cult, and they went looking for them. which is what a manual nat wanted.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
Is
There was
that
there was at least one body before I left. They were really quite efficient.
is that below ground and above ground, or just below ground?
They've infiltrated both.
No, I know they.
Yeah.
So are they doing? Are they dealing with the guys up here as well?
No.
Okay.
No,
No, just down there.
They're dealing
Okay.
with the
The ones
corruption in their
infiltrated
own
them, I suspect.
backyard.
Yes. Okay.
But it might lead them above ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Are
Wow.
they advised?
She says, I'd have led with that one. Maybe I wouldn't.
I don't see it as a secret. I think that that's more a successful job done. So I sent her a pigeon to tell her.
Oh, okay.
Good. Just what I was going to say.
Did you tell her where we're going? If she has news for us?
Oh, no, I didn't tell her where we're
How
going.
did you use the name of the cult in your letter?
We have a code.
Good.
Kind of a secret
That's-
that you're
you
working
know
for
when-
someone else as well, isn't it?
You know when we were
You're
talking
both
about.
working for this knack person.
Oh yes, that's true.
No, I'm not working for her. I just,
Just send her stuff and tell her what we're doing.
well, it's more like
You're not being paid.
I'm-
That's
I
to
do
be
believe
fair-
there's a term for it. Allies.
allies.
Yeah.
or that's what we were at.
In defense, I'm working for her because the alternative was death. So
We didn't know you were. That's why we did. She had
Yeah.
told us that before.
And I'm kind of sending her a pigeon so to tell her that Birdie's doing the thing so that she doesn't kill Birdie. So
What a good friend.
yeah,
Ally.
I thought
Maybe that
I thought that's been told people about this.
just the last thing about the below ground.
Yeah.
To be fair, he was cut in half, which was quite impressive. But
Was he purple all the way
Man.
through?
no, but he had a purple hand in his armpit,
Yeah.
so I was able to point at that and go, "That's what."
Well done, Birdie.
I have to see. I go down there because sometimes it serves a purpose.
Now you are thinking.
Well, we were always going to use you as a sort of double agent, and yeah, very good.
Anyway,
It would suggest to me that you've already betrayed your people on this great, marvellous day and confirmed it. So any holy duty you had appears to have been seen through, says Greta, with a half smile on her face.
I kind of want to mark the occasion, though.
Yes, but then you'll leave a mark.
Mm.
We'll see. We might come across them by accident, and if that's the case, well,
It smiles. Oh, Birdie.
it's what I'm good at.
Is it my turn?
Still can't believe you slept with a vampire. It's just- oh, you're such a hypocrite.
I didn't attack anyone.
Well, that's all right then.
Well, yeah, it is.
Mm.
Skip didn't seem to mind.
I've been thinking, and a lot of my secret things that you don't know, they would just turn into a very long history lesson. I don't know if we want that. So,
I mean, he looks like he does.
Good time.
I think the important part, because I said, the thing that I would want you to know if I were to die tomorrow, it's that if I were to die tomorrow, I might not be dead.
Are you a vampire too? This is getting very complicated.
No, I'm not a vampire. It's just that we have this prophecy, I guess, in a sense, that the members of my family will return at the end of times. All of them.
Oh.
So the rest of Nippon, they cremate their bodies so that they don't turn into anything nasty. But please don't tell this to other people. We've kept ours. But because they turn nasty even if they don't die, so it seemed silly to get rid of a potential
When she
useful
said
tool.
she kept hers, like, did Jiro
Yeah,
shoulders?
like what is Jiro's body language like right now?
We all want to know.
It's fair to say that he's stiff.
So no change.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sure.
There's a palpable tightening in his buttocks.
I don't rephrase. He's stiff for Giro.
Like I can hear his muscles tighten.
Even fair that he's getting to listen to all our secrets. He's not
Yeah.
over here sharing
mean,
one himself.
I agree.
Don't say it to no one.
I think Jiro should join us.
No, I was thinking that too. Jiro,
There's a pause. And then, hey,
please join us.
gets up, puts down his brush, turns round, and he stands behind you.
I believe you have listened to all of, well, you will be listening to all of their secrets, so it's only polite that you would share one of your own.
Looks at you. His face goes through a myriad of different emotions for those that know Jiro. Like a rock. There's nothing there. But for those who know him well, you can see he is deeply internally conflicted, shifting from one thing to the next until eventually it settles. Back to Jiro again. And he nods once.
Specify it has to be in Reichspiel.
I'll translate.
If you tell, oh, well.
But yes, it'll be easier if it's in Reichsfield.
And he says, no. So you'll be translating,
I
if
think
you wish.
she will put her foot down
Do so.
and she will say,
Then I will tell your secret before you even speak. I do not need to listen to your orders. Your Imperial Highness.
Bit of tood. Do we need to be dealing with this, you know?
Good luck.
I have nothing to hide from them. I merely didn't go into it because it would, as I said, start a history lesson. But
Let me keep it very short, simple. He says in Japanese. He is a demon. And he turns round. He said it in Reichspiel and walks back to the front. Sits down.
Don't think he understands the game. That's
No.
your secret.
yeah.
Yeah. You was one of yours, Jiro. That's cheating.
He starts
No,
doing his choreography.
I wish I was back home. That's what he's waiting for.
that's okay. I can provide his secret. He is also demon.
Right. So, I suppose a bit of clarity on that one. You're a demon. He's a demon. You don't look like demons.
You seem very nice for a demon.
Nippon, my see, it's a very long story. My family was around before the cataclysm, and things happened, like the moon and the tree story,
Mhm.
etc. Which mean that when Nippon fell, we were the only ones left to fight against the ruinous power. So yes, in a sense, we are demons, demon blood, I guess, but we are fighting against it.
You do what you need to do to survive. I get that.
And Jiro and I are distant relatives because he is nobility, and my family has made it so that all of nobility is part of our bloodline. There's a whole system. I won't go into it now, but
She lies! He says in Reichspiel. Lies trip from her tongue in Reichspiel. Because she is a demon. She and I are not alike. I carry holy blood of the gods. She was born a demon. But she was hidden by her family. Taken halfway across the world, and I was sworn to protect her, but I do not need to respond to her orders. She is not her father. You consort with a demon. And he looks down and realizes his piece of parchment is blown away in the wind. Ah! That was good. Mm.
See what you wanted to slap him about a bit.
I didn't. Why is this going to come out?
No, he can get his own piece of
I
paper.
agree. Very rude.
Very rude.
He continues to
You.
fume.
Well, I guess we've at least achieved something, and you've heard his Reichspiel.
I don't understand what he means.
The way we keep the purity of our line is that we have special people that the nobility is allowed to have progeny with. They are people chosen by the gods, and therefore will keep the line pure. My mother is not one of them. And therefore, in their eyes, I am tainted, and therefore They're-
Okay.
divine, and I am a demon.
So you're not from the aether. You're just not fully of this holy blood. That's my understanding. Is demons come not from our realm, but from the ether.
Well, arguably,
Sorry, might I just ask? So is he saying that people like him, they carry the blood of gods, and you carry the blood of other gods?
yes, exactly. That's the point. And one of the reasons why Jiro is a hypocrite, but potentially
It's my favorite animal.
also perhaps just ignorant. I don't actually know if he knows this, but since he decided to shout it out, we might as well explain it to my friends here. Nippon fell. We're all demons. But well, not the people of Nippon, but Nippon itself has fallen, and our family line with it. The rest of it was protected by the sacrifice that my ancestors made.
And just for clarity, when you say demon, do you mean demon in the same way that we mean demon?
That's a very difficult question because Nippon is a very different place.
No, will do.
It sounds like she means that the gods mix their blood with that of mortals. And the blood that Jiro carries is the blood of a god that we would consider does not have demons. Has
Jiro
divine servants.
stands up and walks over. No,
Right.
the beginning of time.
Okay.
He says, the pawn fell.
Well, how?
It fell to the ruinous powers, as you
Okay.
call them.
That's what I
completely.
worried.
And it was at the heart of all things. The world has tides, and the pawn makes those tides. And it fell. A god, one god, infiltrated to bring about the demon that was responsible. And they fell in love. He was once immortal. He had been charged with maintaining this tide. And he had become one of the chosen of the ruinous powers. And he fell in love with the god that slipped in. A god that is still there to this day. Her ancestor, my ancestor. But they are both our ancestors. Demon and god. That is the source of the Imperial line's power. She tricked him. He was to use his power. He was to use his power to destroy the world. And he gathered all of the magic that had gone stray. And he formed what you call Morsley. And it formed his prison. He is there to this day. And on this day only, he can be free. And he comes looking for his wife. And more sleep begins to fall.
It's a nice holiday in Nepal, though, because our goddess protects us.
Yes, he lies in the very heart of Nippon, ensuring all the magic floods to her and nowhere else, but she has to hide when he comes looking for her. So all the magic that is held in the very heart of Nippon slips free and floods the world. It opens gates across Nippon, where once those gates connected to everywhere. They no longer do. They just connect straight through to the other side where the spirits wander free, and they come. Except for one gate that has fallen, where the imperial family are besieged. They fight. I have fought there with her father. The imperial line are divine, but they are cursed also. She was not born of a spiritually pure mother. The gods themselves choose those who can ensure that the imperial line does not twist, for it is cursed. Only those who carry purity can be the father or mother of a noble.
And yet it happened.
And she is cursed because of it, which is why she is here. And what she has done already proves the curse. She has unleashed one. It is her fate to unleash more.
Well, then what about my other family members? Would you call them divine? Would you call them pure, untainted? I wasn't very old when I left, but I remember the nightmarish creatures that I call my family, that you call your family.
They are not my family. They are the imperial family. They are your family, as Koishikawa, not my family. My family maintained its purity. Yours did not, but you maintained the blood and the power. Without you, Nippon will fall, but not you, your family. But your father has charged me, so I listen to the charge. I will not move against you.
These so-called pure members of my family, some of them are so powerful and so, I don't know, and whatever has happened to them has addled their minds, and we chain them up in our shrines to keep them from slaughtering our people. We cannot control them. They are no better than anyone else.
You have no idea of what you talk. You are filled with the passion of ignorance, born of not experience, but fear. You have no idea. You have never seen one and understood it. Our greatest emperor lives still and fights still. What difference does it make, the form that one sees? Purity is not determined by how one appears. It is by what lives within. And you are the one that fights against it, who is convinced that she is right.
And you're the one who brought that feather into that place.
Yes, the feather you created. It was proof.
Mm-hmm.
They killed us all.
And I don't trust your judgment after what you did there.
I'm going to get eaten from the ground up because of that.
Perhaps we should be less quick to throw accusations at each other.
Is that not what this day is about? Accusations.
Secrets.
No, accusations as well.
Right?
Airing things out.
But you should be drunk to do it, right?
Well, we're on the way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but Jiro isn't.
You can still take... No, Jiro had a drink. He can take part.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have a gift for you, Yume.
Cut in there.
Thank you.
I have listened to
Conversation
what
with a
Jiro
knife.
has said, and I have watched you myself, and it is clear to me that you have a good heart within you, that you wish to do well. Perhaps your blood is impure, perhaps your creation leads you down a path, but it is my belief that the fox could have gone either way. And in your ignorance, not your immorality, it went one way. But amongst my people there is a goddess, and she finds those that are lost. And when she does, she brings them to another, and that other brings them back. For there's nothing so lost it cannot be found. There is nothing so far that it cannot be something else. That is the terror of the Aether, but it is the joy of the Aether. And so I will give to you, it is a bracelet. And it contains within it a beetle, a small creature, but it could be anything in the Aether. This beetle will always point to the north. It is sustained by the gyron within the bracelet, and with it, I hope that you will find your way.
Thank you.
Jiro bows at you. Not you.
I would do. Easy to that. I have a question for you, Jiro, and I know you do not have to answer and perhaps do not wish to answer, and it may seem trivial to you all, but I promise that it concerns my soul as much as what you told you may concerns hers. Do you like to smoke cigars?
Really? An eyebrow arches up. What is a cigar?
It is, you know what smoking is?
Yes.
It is a wrapped, like a tube, but when they smoke the small ones, they are small, and cigars, they are chunky. You would hold it in your hand and smoke it like this. I have seen the humans do it.
No.
You have never done this?
No.
I thank you. You have done me a great service.
I thought it was to get him to smoke one.
No.
No, why
Yeah,
like
that
I
would've
will
been tougher.
explain. I had a dream in which he was smoking a cigar, and in my past life, my former self, dreams have meaning. And if I am to dream true, then she is coming back, and that could mean the end of everything for us all.
So it's good.
It is
doesn't.
good.
That makes sense.
Well, that was my secret. Shall we move on?
Yeah.
Hello. He said, oh, sorry, am I interrupting something?
No, Lucas, actually, this is perfect timing. Superb.
Alameno, I gave me a
Wonderful.
drink.
Good.
So I thought I'd drink more because there was a bottle downstairs. Then I forgot that I was supposed to come up, he says. So I've come up.
Right.
And he smiles. Wow, everyone's around here. Hello, Father. Oh, you can't see that, but I'm waving at you. Hello. It's very good. Greta. Hello, little baby boy. Yes, right, good. I'll sit down and yes. Just nods over at Marguerite. And sits down. Well, all right. I suggest we all have a drink. Oh, he wipes at the sweat on his brow slightly. There we go. Absolutely marvelous. Right. Another drink, you say?
I agree.
I agree. Yes, marvelous. Here, I'll pour. Yes. There we go. I'll be mother. There we go. There we go. Here you go. And
We are sharing secrets for Geheimnisnacht because that is a custom amongst your people.
Oh, bloody right! Pardon me, Reichlanders. Yes, they do love the. You know, most of them just make it up. You know, it's a thing.
We didn't get that memo.
The message, they just make things up and they use it as a good excuse to have, a bit of a laugh before, they all go in within doors or whatever. We do it completely different up Middenheim way. It's generally a fight, actually, to get things out of your system to ensure that when the bad moon rises, so to speak, you've already got it out of your system and hopefully you're insensible or alternatively possibly unconscious. It's elf now it goes. I never really did that. Wasn't much for the old fisticuff. Secrets, you say? Oh, I don't really have many of those. I'm married, you know that. Children,
If it helps,
right, yes.
we were thinking of it, not all of us, were thinking it as something that we keep to ourselves, that if we were to die tomorrow, we would not want to be a secret that we took to our grave.
My, well, that's surprisingly deep.
You may think on it while we hear Gaha.
Right time. He says as he sits back. How perfect.
You did actually, because I think I might need you for this one.
Oh, right, of
in
course.
an advisory sense.
You probably shouldn't say it. I mean, you probably shouldn't. I'm not even sure what you're going to say, but.
And is Sigfeder here?
Sigfeder's sitting down there with his eyes shut.
Right, are you awake? You doing the pretend you sleep?
Doesn't move.
Right, somebody throw something at him.
Oh shit, that's my drink. It splashes and Sigfeder doesn't move. That was a waste.
All right, no.
I gave myself 4 measures.
Do you know what? He's probably awake.
Yeah.
He looks a little bit like he's, not being able to control himself down
No,
there.
that's fine. Okay. Look, so...
That's been done a wee-wee.
Yeah, no.
Could it be me
Not
pie?
looking so bad now, is it?
Right, okay. And this is purely because it's the if we die tomorrow, and actually that could be an actual thing that could happen. Mm-hmm. 30.
Oh God, she's in love with you.
He's very unlikely.
Sorry, I'm not supposed to say.
Please, I don't know how to do this. I've sort of thought about it quite a lot. You asked me to check a wound recently.
Mm-hmm.
So I am working on it, and I've asked Lucas and Sigfeder to help. I originally...
I wasn't praying. I was just looking at books for
okay.
you. That's all I was doing.
No,
but
fine.
I did get a drink because it's true. It's true. It's awful.
Right.
And he just starts crying. Oh, I can't know. Log. And he sits down.
Alamanaway will go and give him a hug.
So
It's all right.
it is an infection.
Shove her boobs. Thanks, Beth.
That's fine. Yeah.
Having a moment here.
So it is an
I'm sure I
infection,
wanna know.
and it's. I know I sort of said it's something we need to keep an eye on, and I suppose I'm not wrong in saying that because it is, but there isn't a cure,
Okay.
which isn't necessarily the worst part of the infection that
Oh,
I'm talking
good.
about. It's not that you can't be cured of it and always be there. I believe, and I could be wrong, and I hope I am. It might be because I don't know enough yet. I'm doing what I can.
Get to the point.
You're dying. It will kill you.
What is it?
I think it's something demonic, a demonic infection. It's a bit of both. I guess it's sort of magic and medicine, or the opposite of medicine in one.
You just pat his shoulder. That's all right.
I know that it's in you. I don't. I might also have it. I think maybe because I think it's my fault that you might have it. I don't know.
Feel okay.
Yeah. So you probably do. These things do. I'm trying to figure it out. All right.
So what's going to happen?
I don't
And how long have I
know.
got?
I don't know both of those things. I should do a little check to see maybe if I know.
Where you currently are, you don't know enough.
But Lucas might have
I have
something out.
boosted.
Yeah, Lucas has found out that everything he surmised was correct. That's why Lucas is so upset.
I have boosted law medicine recently.
Oh, marvelous! Then
So I'm now rocking 111 on that.
Oh,
lovely.
then definitely let's do a test. Let's see
20
what we get.
Oh, that's great. That's great. That's a starting point.
Oh!
It's only one. It's only one.
Hey, doesn't
But you
matter,
get to roll again.
All your extra.
roll
yeah,
again.
limited
And I
anyway,
get,
isn't it?
I get.
Pardon?
So
And you roll extra successes, and this roll's not constrained because it's.
By
let's get a 9.
by-
Let's get a
Skill.
9.
Yeah, no, exactly. So
Oh, shit. Okay, so that's 2 then overall.
Two
So
in
that's
total.
another one there.
a bit critted.
Yeah. So there's the crit. There's the crit.
Is it not 3 because you're 111?
Yeah.
you got an
so
extra
I'm on
plus
111,
Good stuff.
and my advances is 20, so I can get up to 2, right?
Nice.
Yeah, but if it's a
but
crit,
you critted, so
you can, on an advanced skill, the limit's not in place. So.
I can't reroll. I can't spend a fortune point to
To
reroll
reroll
that.
So you
Yeah,
can
you
spend a
increase it by
fortune
1.
point
Oh, let's do that.
to increase by
Let's
one.
do that. Let's buff
Nice.
it.
bump it.
So crit
Bump.
4.
Can Lucas assist him?
Lucas
doing that.
is currently incapable of assisting
Yeah,
anyone.
Lucas has not been helpful
Um,
here.
I'm buoying him up.
Look,
He's drowning.
He
can't breathe.
Your breasts aren't that big. You're an elf. Right. So, true fact. Yes. Yes, she's dying, and you know this. The nature of it is indeed, as you said, almost certainly possessing her. And what it's doing is it's eroding, slowly but surely, the barrier between her and what lies beyond.
Right.
And once it's eaten its way
I
through
know it
that,
gets real rough.
it then eats its way through her.
Yeah. Okay. Do you got a timeline?
The timeline to that is sadly etheric.
Okay.
And time itself does not
Yeah,
work
just
in the
fucking
aether. It's
happens, doesn't it?
completely different to the material
Okay.
realm. So sadly, you can't give it time.
All right.
You might be able to give her time from when she starts feeling bad to when she dies.
But she
Maybe, don't
hasn't, but also she hasn't aged right, so maybe it'll go slower.
He's hoping. So, don't know in time, but I can tell you a little bit of how it might happen if you want to hear it.
Well, we're going to have to watch out for it, aren't we? Somebody might have to kill me sooner. Maybe.
Probably, definitely, I'm afraid. So, I believe it'll basically eat away the difference between us and the ethereal. And at that point, something can technically step through and use you as a, for lack of a better term, a sort of fleshy portal, which I know sounds pretty horrific.
That sounds awfully like an elf, right? They don't really have a barrier between the aether and them, and that's why they follow their path.
That's not unfair in terms, but it's more than just that. It's their souls flare so brightly that they also attract. There is still a barrier there, but they attract.
Mhm.
They have to wait for you to die generally.
Oh,
Not always.
no,
No, as you know, not
Yeah.
always.
So, I kept it a secret because I thought I could fix it in time and then tell you, but then the whole idea of potentially being dead and not being able to tell you in the first place and you're not being prepared for it and isn't right, really, for everyone.
Could we freeze it somehow and just slow it down? And you could, you said, Birdie, you had that vision in the Shining Rock place. And the vision came to you, and you said you should never leave my side, and something was going to eat you from the feet up. Maybe it wasn't actual. Maybe that was a metaphorical understanding of the state of your body and soul.
I just saw a big eye.
Yes, but if you are close to me, I have practiced hiding myself in both the aether and the material world. Perhaps I can protect you. If we could somehow stop it, it wouldn't be able to see you, to keep on eating.
It's quite possible.
Sigferder cracks open an eye and says, "Aye, that's probably your best bet."
There he is.
Says, When I get to Middenheim, I'm going to the Collegium Theologica. Yes, I got some mates there. A few pals. And I'm going to have a wee chat with them. See if there's anything that I can do to help with this particular situation, because there's a certain little chap who's in a lot of trouble right now. It's not just you, darling. It's infectious. But somehow not traveling right now. So there's something about all of you that's stopping it.
Could be something about me.
Nah, I think it's the elf.
That works for me.
I've heard of people in Nippon who take spirits on and you use their powers, like a reverse possession. Maybe I don't know much about it, but maybe if we could teach you the basics, you could hold it off for longer once it comes through.
Giro says, I don't know nothing of those blasphemies.
Yeah, it's the religion that's, against the imperial one. So
I'm not from Nippon. I have no problem with that.
my mother might know.
My people do something to protect their souls. They walk close to their gods, which is why I am on the path. It hides me. I think if you stick close to me, I do not think it would work for you, because humans and elves are just different. But I think I am growing more secure and resolute upon my path. And I have said to you all before that I will protect you. You are my friends. I would not share these things with you if you were not. Stick close to me, Birdie.
I will. And she gets this sort of very shy smile on her face, which is not what you would expect to see with this news. Because this is the nicest anyone's ever been to her, ever. Genuinely.
All it took was a possession.
Yeah.
I'm going to fix it. I know I'm going to find it out, and I
you.
will.
It's fine, and if you don't, well, it won't be feel like a trying.
Yeah. Alamenowite's crying.
Here them weeping. Lucas, Alamenowite, Alamena cry. Lucas cry. Oh.
It maybe explains whether Shellians tried to kill me.
I do actually think that might have been it, yes.
You'd have thought they'd have mentioned why before they stabbed me.
It's probably more of a quick put down kind of thing.
I
don't know.
Says Sigfrid as you says. Say that again, love. What exactly did they do?
They stabbed me in the back 10 times.
A Shellian?
Mm-hmm. Octogenarian Shellian nun that then leapt 20 feet in the air, so I assumed it was an assassination
That's
attempt.
no fucking Shellian.
That's what I thought, but then, yeah.
Have a tail?
The appearance of a Shellian, at the very least. She was dressed as a nun.
Very sad. They introduced her as the
Sounds like
the
a
head
knife
of the...
man. Grey College assassin.
Why me?
Well, you've given us one reason already. You're possessed. Just not taken very well.
Yeah,
Can't see why they'd send a knife man though.
Demons for the win. Maybe it's like eating warpstone. Maybe I can just hang out with it.
Sorry, what?
How does Marguerite react to that?
This.
Oh, she's stunned.
Like, I've never seen her display that much emotion.
She raised her eyebrows.
You eat warpstone.
Well, not intentionally, but I've been fed it.
Looking at
Was it refined?
Was it refined?
Yeah,
I'm assuming
yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why she doesn't age. It mutates, right?
She doesn't burn in the sun either. Her skin does not change.
And your hair doesn't dye?
It's true.
I should like to experiment on you. Do I have your permission? She says.
Will you kill me quicker than the thing that's living?
I have no intention of ever letting you die.
Oh, well, that's fine then. But please sew any legs that fall off.
Yeah,
back
your
on.
leg might fall off. But...
May I ask what your pain tolerance is like? Do you know?
High. It's high. I've been trained.
Good.
be your first project as
Not now.
Upon that, I shall have to retire. I have notes to compile. My lord.
My lady.
She goes off, goes down, and then she starts to speed up. She's on the ladder. And makes her way down.
That's good.
See, at least it made a
Purpose.
Don't worry, Gerhard. I'll be fine. And if I die,
I will give you my gift now. It is the time.
Right, are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
She like takes off the cloak, and all she's wearing underneath it is like a white scarf that wraps round her body and then down her legs,
Right.
and the bracers on her arm. This is for you. I have embroidered it.
Wait a minute. Opening my eyes. You may continue.
Thank you.
Fucking hell.
I embroidered it with my own hand in the hope that some of my skill at hiding would be passed over to you. There are marks of Ladriel and other things embroidered on it. It is a fine cloak. I think it will meet even your high and lofty ideals of what is the word? Sartorial elegance.
Right. Okay.
I think you need it because sometimes, Gerhard, you feel you are too much yourself. And when that happens, I want you to put the hood up and just take a moment to think. And sometimes you need to be more yourself, and then you can take the hood down again. It is to help you hide, but also to help you be seen in the way you want to be seen.
Fine. All right. Thank you. The work's good. Works good.
Fine. Yes, it is. It's a particularly fine cloak. And the elven runes all around the bottom are extremely well stitched. You're not convinced she did it. You think she's lying. In her stitching, it's poor.
All right. That's
You're
fine.
pretty convinced Greta probably did it. Greta looks away.
Well, this is a. Thank you. Yeah. I'll put it on.
It's a bit long.
Long,
In that it's on the ground.
Right in the middle.
It's a bit long. And it's heavier than you thought it was going to be now that you're wearing it. And the hood goes right down over your face, almost entirely concealing it if you wish it to do so. Oh yeah. Wow. Now you can't see.
You could be reading a book under there and no one would know.
no, we don't want to be encouraging that after last time.
I like this cloak a lot.
I like you a lot.
Greta smiles and lets out a breath that she didn't realize she was holding. Sigfeder cocks an eye, looks it up and down, looks her up and down, closes his eyes. Silence descends. Lucas goes,
Because I got to be honest, not entirely helpful from the advisory position there, my friend.
I'm sorry, I'm very drunk.
I know.
I just didn't like what I read.
Okay.
Birdie kind of pats him on the shoulders. It's fine.
I hope it's not as infectious as it says.
Well, if it turns out to be as infectious as you think, then we decide who we want to infect, and then we point the out. I'll be a
You're
weapon.
so cold.
I'm going to be a weapon to my very end.
That is a very good plan. Perhaps we can find a way to make her infectious again.
I think
No.
from what Sigfeder says, she would leave my side. She may become infectious, but also it would hasten your end. It should only be done in the direst of times, for the greatest of needs.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not suggesting we do it now.
Like the
bear in
barcode
mind.
syndrome.
I was going to say, yeah.
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 But also, if he's been marked by that particular entity, then that would also be strengthening the hand of our enemy.
I do not know of what you talk.
The eye she spoke of.
If
If
she
that is
infects
the
people.
being that will possess her form, then she may go and infect someone else. But that may also empower one of the very forces that we're trying to thwart.
Oh, but infection is not its way. It has seen her. Her infection is different. You could infect it. It wants to eat you. Let it.
And that's what you said about her understanding of it wanting to eat her, was her understanding the
I
fact
do
it
not
wants
know.
to eat her from within.
Let's not get philosophical about
Marguerite
it.
will work it out.
Yeah, she'll
This is-
torture me and we'll figure it out.
Is player knowledge? Is character knowledge?
Mhm.
Are we aware of the separation between Siege, Nurgle, and all that sort of stuff, or is that just
have you got Lord Chaos?
new?
No, that would help.
Right.
Lore
okay.
Theology at fucking shed loads. That would also help.
Is that written on your character sheet?
Is it at fucking shed loads?
I've got shed loads of
Shed
fucking
loads.
Oh well.
You need 10 advances and it gets fucking.
I've got 20 advances, but
That's a lot.
Oh, there you go.
Quite a lot of advances. Not quite fucking shed loads. I think you were
just a
correct.
couple of sheds.
Definitely a couple of sheds.
yeah,
in.
exactly. I've got shed loads, but not.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Says Lucas, I'm trying to play it, but sorry, I just got so over emotional about the whole of
That's
it.
okay. Well, we're going to a pub later, so I'd suggest having a bit of water and I'll lie down for a little bit.
Right.
See if Dumpling can whip up some of that calf that we have floating around somewhere. I'm sure there's a little bit left. There should
Right.
be the
Yes, of course. I'll go and talk to her. As he staggers off over to the galley, opens up the door, and then bumps his head off the top of the door lintel and pushes himself onto. And inside, you can hear the beginning of the long diatribe of chat from Dumpling. Lucas waits for his go.
Meanwhile, 3 days later.
Quite.
All right. So, do you want to bring the mood up with something fun, something funny?
I'll go. I don't know if it'll bring the mood up.
Oh, all right.
What I will tell will be the death of me.
No, don't. say that.
So
Ratio.
I've never told this to anyone bar Alaminoi. But my whole life has, as I said earlier, has been a fight. And you look at Sigvader,
So
just
better.
glances.
Nice and
Yeah.
nice pose.
But it's not just with Actuary. It's been with most of my rear and my family. I suppose you'd call them witches. A lot of them channel multiple winds. I was raised to channel multiple winds. I've not fallen. I'm still fighting for the Empire, but I'm a heretic.
As were most of the wizards that came to Magnus's aid.
Yeah, and my grandmother was those wizards. Apparently, from what I've been told now. And she's ruined my life. She raised me one particular way. I was a god. I was treated like royalty by them. And then it was pulled from me and I was sent to hell to deny everything about myself and channel this wind that makes me the way that I am. But I have to do it now. I have a license. It's the only thing that I can legally do. So burn me if you can try.
I mean, we're all heretics around here, right?
Don't know.
Are we the baddies? I mean, are we the baddies?
Skulls on our ship.
Skulls on the prow of our ship?
Ghost did driver.
Yeah.
Screaming us off away from the place that needed all the help?
well, it's something I've really learned from this man, looking at the...
Sigvader passed out.
Yep. Technically, the laws are bollocks, right?
Well, the colleges are shite.
But what I mean is, they only exist because we say they exist. My nobility is only noble because we say it's noble, and I'm treated differently only because other people say that it's treated differently. So you being a heretic or a witch because you do 2 wins.
Could be more than 2.
Well, it could be more than 2. So well, I mean, in for a penny, in for a pound, do them all. But I mean, technically, he's... I don't know. Well, he says he can do them all. And some other ones that are different.
There is such thing.
Yeah, okay.
All of them, you say? Oh, that'd be pretty impressive. I mean, how many are there?
20.
Fuck. Really? He says, fuck off.
1 for each of our gods.
That's a theory, isn't it? He says as he opens his eyes, that'd be a theory, eh? 1 per god. Yeah, but you got more than 20 gods. 26 that I'm aware of.
I do not know much of magic.
How many?
So much for your fucking theory. Guys.
Well, how many do you know?
8.
The 8 colleges, or is there some other?
Aye, 8, but there might be more. Maybe. We'll see.
Say that again. I don't think he heard you.
I didn't hear anything.
We know of more winds. Remember in the vision?
Not that. People have 20 gods.
Oh, right. That's interesting. We have 20 primary
Parallels.
that cover the year. There are more, but the year is covered by 20.
Like the Zodiac.
Yes. Each
Yeah.
of your signs corresponds to one of my gods.
Fuck off. No one's ever told me that before.
Well, you are lucky to be
You're
here
trying to
today.
say that my Zodiac comes from the fucking elves? Oh, fucking, it's always from the elves.
I did not say that.
You say,
I
aye.
said chance it comes from us. We kind of came first.
Doesn't like it. Oh, that's interesting.
When we saw the vision of the time of madness, the dwarf, she said she had found more winds.
Oh,
There was
yeah.
sleeve, which was a pink one,
It's orange.
which means pink in Eltharim, so that checks out, as you say. And orch, which means orange.
Not that much.
That is, we are going to see her in Middenheim, if she's still there.
Aye, where the fuck is she? I'll talk to that girl. That sounds interesting. A dwarf, though. Fuck.
Sigfeder, that's the same crew that I told you. No, it's not.
Yeah, no, it is.
That's the same crew I told you about.
You just didn't remember the names of
I
them.
Right. Well, that's a fucking thing. All right, maybe I'll do more than just having a look in the college. You try and save your soul. Maybe I'll also do a little bit of a side quest. It says,
Should take about 5 minutes. So 2 wins. So what? In fact, if anything, I think you're...
aye, fair enough. It's my secret then, the real one. I'm legally allowed to do exactly what you're not. And somewhat of a prodigy. I've been attached to this bastard because he's dying. That's the thing they didn't tell you in the letter.
The Rotworm?
Nah, it's no
I
Roleplaying.
didn't want to know
What
about
is
that.
it?
I said, I want to know about
What?
the letter.
Aye, I know you did, but we're doing that secret thing, aren't we?
Okay.
There we go. There we go. Aye, he's dying. He's picked up something. He's got a demon inside him. It comes from a demon god. And for some reason, it hasn't eaten him up from within. And he was picked out by Gausser. Gausser found himself saying things he would never have said. He just started spouting things. Not Gausser's way.
Demon friend.
I wouldn't. It's not something to make a joke about, and it is infectious. But it doesn't seem to be spreading somehow. So why? You got something down inside you.
Is this... Because I've got...
But don't worry. I'll sort it out. I'll figure it out. I'll save you. I'll make it all better.
All right, that's... Yes, I understand what you're doing there. Thank you very much.
Aye. I'm not going to say any of that shite because it's bullshit. You're fucking doomed as it currently stands. I'm going to speak to a pal of mine who knows a few things about this sort of shit. I was studying what you're just discussing right now, the possibility of more wins. That's what I was doing. trying to figure it all out. And here I am, shackled to this fucker. And for good reason, the other bits of the letter I'm not telling you. But I will say one thing. Better watch your fucking steps because people start mouthing off around you for one reason or another. Gausser's horrified. He wants you shut down. Considered killing you. But found out on a test. He tried to send the order and failed. He tried to kill you, but he just couldn't bring himself to do it. The demon's influencing other people inside you, and it doesn't want to be stopped. And it wants to know what's happening here, I think. It's making people gab. That's why he sent me to you. Well, sent you to me. And here I am gabbing. But hey, it's gab day, right? Gab tag.
Right, well, that's news.
Aye, like you didn't know already. You're sharp. You knew exactly what was going on. You know you're probably the source. You're sharp. Don't even try to pretend. Aye. He says, aye. Enough of that bullshit. It's not bullshit day, right? Not bullshit tag. I which one I like, but I think I prefer gab tag.
Gab
Gab tag
sounds better.
Aye, gab tag sounds better. I'm going to my fucking bunk, and by that I mean the rope store where apparently dogs piss. He said, which I can't say I'm particularly looking forward to, but I got things to think about. This is some fucking serious shit.
Wait, just to check in before you go. Is
Aye.
there any way that, well, he can become licensed?
No, he's not the right blood.
I am licensed. Just
You know what I mean.
I know what you mean. He's not the right blood. You got to come from a particular bloodline to get that. They're blessed. The bloodlines, that is. There's a reason that they've been picked. Each and every last one of them's blessed, but as it turns out, that blessing wasn't enough.
If his family have been doing this for what, centuries? Millennia?
There
Yeah,
could be
they go
something
back.
shared.
Aye, well, see, your cult is right. I'm sorry to say. Channeling multiple winds, not just dangerous for the soul, it's dangerous for those around you. Problem with his lot is that they can't tell what they're doing to other people. They do nothing to themselves. It's to everyone else around them. Dark, black, thick, mixing, melding of the magic, son. If you're not careful, it doesn't just grow, it spreads. And you won't see it in yourself.
But he could learn to see it.
to
I mean,
the best of
Mark-
Elric's knowledge, has he seen people channel multiple, or does he just know? Oh,
He's never seen them channel multiple.
Ramrod
Yeah,
channeled
yeah.
Gyrin.
Yeah,
yeah. He's never seen them
They
merge.
they never merge. They always
Yeah.
very discreetly channel individual winds.
That's what you told Ellen anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, so you could theoretically do a fire Healy spell. A guy
Fuck
with-
this,
a
I'm
guy-
going.
Yeah.
A guy
He says, I'm going before I say something I don't want to.
We've
And
talked about
anyway,
this.
He
We've
goes out.
seen
Fucking
people who
hell.
do
There
that.
is a
This
college.
fucking barge, he says as he goes into the rope tower. This fucking barge doing my fucking head in.
You
And he
should,
slams the door.
you should talk to Magritte. She says Dar is not what the colleges say it is.
Yes, because like Rugada said, Da is a wind. What is created when you channel multiple winds isn't Da. They just use the same word because it looks black.
There's a college that specialises in DAR being built in Sylvania, so you could go speak to them.
But Magritte
Right,
is able to
right,
safely
Sylvania.
channel away.
Turn the bar.
Turn this barge around.
This is why when you're hanging out with vampires, you taste them because you.
Snap. Wheel.
I have
You
your
should talk
gift.
to Magritte.
I have your gift.
Bequeath me.
Right. It is these bracelets. I know you miss
Bark,
the woods,
leather,
and I know you like to
living ivy across them as
keep
well.
it close to you. I thought it might help you maintain a balance with your. I did not know you would share this secret today, but it seems apt that you have, and now I'm giving you this gift. It will help you.
Nice.
You
Do they? If he opens a sentence to
Ooh.
them, what are they like?
The wood is strange. It's not wood, because normally wood repels actuary because of the gyron that naturally resides within it. But it's somehow not repelling the actuary. And that's super curious. Super curious. You're not entirely sure what's going on with
What
this.
kind of tree is this from?
It is ironwood. You can channel actually through it.
Right, it doesn't seem to push it away.
I thought you would like them.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Why is the ivy still alive? You can feel the gyron in it, and the gyron is seeping into the wood as well. This is actually beyond your ken, which is nice.
A trick that he uses as well, though, is there any space between the gyron or the actuary that's
That's
fallen
going to
in
require a perception test.
it? Be 4 successes.
Yes.
You know there's more wins to it, or
You are much better at this than I, Elric. Perhaps you can puzzle it out. I did not make it.
thank you.
The hood pulled down. Silence descends as, round the corner, up ahead, you can see barges stretching out along the river. A rise, trees going down either side, and at the top, what best amounts to a fort. A great golden dome rises up from the center of the square fort. That is your target, your quarry. You're going to meet it before the sun goes down and Morsleaf goes up. Yes, we're at Hallkirk, the old High Kirk. Apparently, according to some local legends, this was once the center of the cult of Ulrich, which makes no sense given the center of the cult of Ulrich has always been Middenheim. But so go the old legends. It's an ancient fort which has been built and rebuilt multiple times, and that dome almost certainly is not original. No one would have paid any attention to this at all. It would have been one of those little distant temples that no one ever visited if it wasn't for the fact that the River Delb went right past it. And it's right on the road to Middenheim and almost all the way down to Marienburg on the other side. It's a primary trade route. Just off it. When they dredged the Delb and barges could get up here, suddenly this became a centre of trade. It took only 20 years to go from being almost nothing into something particularly huge. Even since you were last here, the place is almost, well, it's not doubled, but it's much bigger than it used to be. Barges are stacked against each other. Stevedores are everywhere, unpacking, hopefully before the moon goes up. They're all aware of what day this is. And many of them are wearing festive outfits. Some of them are wearing funny hats. Some of them have got a variety of bright coloured clothing on. It's a day of festivity. They're all attempting to fend more off with their glad tidings, fully aware of what will come at the end of Geheimnisnacht's, well, day. Bloodhilda calls out, "We're here!" Says, "We're here. So I'm gonna do a quick birdie. I'll need ya."
I'm coming.
Can I have a test, please?
Work or sail.
So
I'm going to use a fortune point on that.
Crash barge.
You're all dead.
That's correct. No, that's not correct. That's
an 82.
exactly the same thing I rolled before, so it's an 82.
Oh,
good, bad, or indifferent?
Bad.
Yeah, good.
So 4 failures.
He's already drunk.
Yep, Birdie's already quite drunk.
Well, I've taken on a lot of information.
Yeah,
today.
yeah,
I'm a bit
totally.
weirded out.
I'm dying, I'm taking this all out with
At
me.
the back, curses, generally. As Bloodhilda slips a rope and it slaps off into the water. One of the sails comes down, almost hits Gerhardt as the boom collapses downwards. And she's like, "Sorry!" pulling it back up again and punk straight into, let's just say, a swearing barge. The barge isn't swearing. Everyone on it is swearing at your incredibly poor sailing skills. But nevertheless, Bloodhilda moves around that, eventually gets hit pointed out to one of the jetties, and in you go. She and Greta get talking to the local officials. They're going to have to pay the requisite. How much are the taxes, you hear Greta call out? 6 gold crowns. 6, just to birth. This, sir, is an absolute outrage. I will have absolutely... And she continues on.
Back on the barge, everyone.
Let's go down through to Middenheim.
Lucas comes back upstairs and says, I would like to apologize for my earlier insobriety. I can't even say inebriated. I was
Okay.
drunk.
It's all right.
And Geheimnisnacht is always a bit hard, but mostly because of what's coming. All the things that we say, all the things that we do to try and avoid the worst of the night to come. I apologize for everything.
I
He
do have.
says.
I'm sorry.
I was just going to say there's something else we need to talk about, and we really need to talk about it tonight, if not right now.
I have one more gift for you.
That's great, and I look forward to receiving that in just a moment. We haven't spoken about what is going to happen to the barge when we leave it here.
Do we have to leave it here?
Who are you looking at?
Everyone? Like, is this the end of the river?
Yeah, we'll be progressing on foot from here.
All right, well, can you just park it?
Well, the fees are expensive.
I
Yeah,
think
that's fine.
should Blutilda not take
Greta
on...
comes back. This is fucking ridiculous. 6 crowns per hour.
Okay.
Per hour.
Per
That-
hour.
A lot.
But that's impossible.
If we're unloading, the unloading time, they don't charge. Loading time, they do. And it goes at the stevedore's own pace. It's absolutely ridiculous. 6 crowns.
My suggestion would be that Blutilda gets a cargo and plies an hour trade while we do what we need to do in Middenheim when we agree to meet her somewhere.
Yeah.
Greta says, well, exactly how are we going to be able to find them?
Well, we'll have to think of something, won't
Well, they can't stay here.
we?
I
Yeah.
mean, we can afford it.
Can't probably stay in Middenheim at all. We'll need to move back to Middenland.
Where's a good place? What about
What about...
I was going to suggest Liechtenstein, maybe. What's
no,
left
it's
of
too
it.
far south.
Yeah.
What about she goes back to Delberz? Oh, no, the orcs.
Well, they may have been repulsed. I don't know if it was a full invasion.
Or moved on.
Yeah.
Did we know that we missed that good spot where the other side of Middenheim that you mentioned?
I guess you're aware of it.
There. That's the best place to do
Go
it.
back and look.
Take it up there. We can then upgrade the barge in various ways.
Meet them.
Whilst that work is being done, we then travel across to the other side, and bish bash bosh, we're back on the barge, which should be better, probably with beds for all.
I mean, taxes will likely be high there too.
Yes, but at least there's a place to be and get something done.
Maybe if they're
Greta
working
says,
on the
I'll ask
barge.
Matilda where it is, because I don't know where it is. Matilda! Matilda! She goes off.
Greta, there's a sack of coin under your bed in the cubbyhole.
Turns round. There is? Is that the
The,
one beside all the sex toys?
I tried not to touch them.
Oh, dear.
Knowing you guys, what you got up to in that nothing to do with me.
Oh,
The coins are better sold as relics rather than individually used, but there should
All
be
right.
plenty of money there.
Have you been lifting coin from someone?
No, I was given it as a payment for services rendered.
All right, no questions asked.
Yeah.
And she goes off to
But
speak to Matilda.
Well,
And comes back. Right, you're absolutely correct, Father. We're going to have to make a decision and a choice on this one, and fast. We've already been charged 6 crowns. We're going to be charged 6 crowns again, but by about the time that the sun goes down, I would suggest that Hilda gets back on the river.
Mhm.
We get off, or are
So-
we going to?
Who's staying and who's not?
Are we going to Middenheim from here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then we'll.
You're all going to Middenheim.
Yeah.
Everyone but the crew.
On about
Yeah.
followers, isn't it? Lucas stays.
Ooh.
Does he
You don't want
stay?
your advisor to come and advise you.
You should
Oh,
no.
but it's dangerous, and he's not good in a fight.
It's,
Nope, Lucas, you can come with.
it's dangerous to stay.
Yeah. Marguerite can protect the boat.
No,
She's-
Marguerite will be coming, will she not? To
Oh,
have
so
a card with her
grandfather.
grandfather.
I'm sorry.
And she has
Oh,
plans.
we'd best
to
tell her
talk
to
to
be
him.
selective about which books from the library she takes.
I think that if you can take if Matilda can crew with the girls and Skip to the next place down, take on a couple of hands, and just go up and down.
Matilda comes over and says,
Is that possible?
you're asking for quite a lot, but if you want that and you want this to turn out, I need this one," points to Greta.
Yeah, it's fair.
Hmm.
She's good with the
Yeah,
money and
makes
she's
sense.
good with people and she's got a proper license. Now, we don't have a license for trading up here, but she's noble. She's going to get past everyone. I ain't going to get past that. I'm just going to be shunted back down to Reichland.
Is it safer for them to stay on the barge and keep moving? But they won't be around you.
Yeah. Sigismund's at risk.
That's true.
We can't really take
Can't
a baby
Bring
where
him
we're
to
going.
Middenheim either.
No.
though.
Would you be able to do the plan of going to upgrade the boat without the license?
Okay, right. Well,
Yeah.
we're going to run out of money fast,
Greta, what do you think?
Greta.
Would it be worth hiring a small contingent of mercenaries to guard the boat while we're
We
away?
don't have enough money.
Not for mercenaries?
No,
Yeah,
not
relative-
to last
No,
that long.
good
And,
one.
Well, yeah.
it was wartime.
Oh, yes, they'll be all brought up as well, won't they?
Yeah,
Highest bidder and all that. Okay.
against my own best advisement, I actually think I agree with Matilda. I would probably be better here, but I would make a request. Be swift in whatever it is that you're doing. We will be, given that the weather is poor, we're going downriver. How long do you think it'll take us to get there? She goes, the weather out, about a week, maybe longer, but don't, maybe a couple of weeks. So that gives you a couple of weeks. And we'll, I mean, we could circle in that we could go back downriver, see if we can do a couple of little trades, go back up again. So if you wait, we won't be more than about 3-4 days if we ain't there.
I think it's the best way, and at least then you'll be still earning.
Yeah.
So we can still pay the crew.
See, I'm obviously concerned about being scried, but they're probably given up by now.
Mm.
They're not going to be looking anymore. They can't find me. Why would they keep on looking?
Is your friend the friend that you sent with me? I don't know who it is available.
I had no control over that. They
Mm.
came, they sent someone with you, and they are long gone.
Right.
If you do find Crammond and his crew, and you can get them on your barge, it would be worthwhile.
Oh, I'm sure we will find one small crew in the middle of the Right River system. Sarcasm aside, I don't think that's going to be an option.
I think it's more the question of if Crammond finds you.
Well, exactly. All I was saying was if they do come by,
Mm.
Right, so I best be prepared to go. Did anybody not share a secret?
Lucas.
Look round.
Lucas.
Lucas.
Dumpling.
Lucas.
And
Dumpling must have to be with us.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
Lucas.
don't think secrets.
He says,
Hi, people.
right,
I don't use the word rancid, but cannibalism.
I thought missing out on most of it would give given me some sort of pass for these
No.
Reiklander charming.
But you also embarrassed yourself in front of everyone, so as penance,
Oh, I do have a secret. I wasn't actually that embarrassed.
no
That's not the
better
secret.
secret.
It's also not true. If I'm being honest, I was really quite embarrassed. Right, secret. Right, well, right, so, well, a little thing that might be worth knowing. No, I would like to say this, perhaps in a crowded bar.
Okay.
Where there won't be people possibly listening in. In a crowded bar, mixing in with everyone else, no one's going to really pay attention to this. But here, looking over at stevedores,
Mm.
it's too easy for people to hear. There's not enough conflicting noise.
Right.
My mother told me I should never do such a thing, and here we are, stupid right-winger ideas. Yeah, let's do it in a bar.
Excellent.
Fast forward, we're in a bar. Right.
Are you going to give your gift?
Well, I should really do it at midnight, like after we've been to the bar.
Yeah, wouldn't do it at midnight.
No.
It'd be too late.
Oh yeah,
You've got
late
to be
on.
there
Yeah, I'll do it at the evening.
because you've got to be there at moonrise.
At moonrise. I'll do it at moonrise.
Which is like about to happen. The sun's
I'll do
beginning
it
to
now,
dip.
then I can
it's
maybe
an
get a
actual thing,
Coke.
quite. So
Um,
you're all making your way over to a bar. Lucas is looking particularly distraught as his fingers fumble with themselves.
That was
Okay.
us leaving the barge
Yeah,
for a
leaving
while,
barge,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
So if you've got anything that
Cool.
you need,
Yeah.
now's the time
Yeah.
to take it. And I'll assume you have. If there's
Just
anything
taking
that's
things.
you've got them with you now.
What has Marguerite prioritised? Which books are in her library?
Marguerite will take
Where's
none
Neil's
of the
gone?
books.
None of them.
Yeah,
He's
Marguerite will
covered
take
with us.
none unless to be secure, seized.
yeah.
She no,
Yeah.
it's not worth it. She's going to she'll have words with Greta to ensure that this is never properly impounded. And she's to use her license. I'm not license. Pardon me. Her
Patent and
yeah,
ability.
patent and ability if required to get out of it. Something that Greta is not keen to do. So his fingers work as he just falls into silence as you make your way over to the many crowded bars. It's fair to say they're not just crowded. It appears that the entirety of everyone has decided that bars and pubs are the only way forward. This doesn't surprise you. Across the Drakvald and into the north, it's very common for everybody to gather in a public place because strength in numbers. And then they all go in and get pissed in an attempt to try and avoid the worst that the night may have to offer and not open their doors. Are you passing anything over on the way? Or are you not?
Yeah, I'll have to bring some other stuff with me though, right?
You can bring whatever
I've
you
got
want.
everything I want, right?
Yeah.
You must take the end of this scarf. It is the last thing I have of my former life. It is the only thing I kept. I do not know why I kept it. It belonged to the avatar of our Ceres, Morai Heg. And I am giving it to you because you are a seer and an organ.
Thank you.
Cool. I literally unwrapped her.
And she's naked.
Why?
Except for her paint. And underneath her paint were all the
Right,
scarves were.
he can't see.
What scarves were is the etched in runes mixing with what appears to be blackbirds all around her arms, down her legs.
Why are you giving away all your belongings though? Then are you coming back?
She said already, just you may or may not.
Are you cold?
No.
Where's your
Oh.
bow?
She's got everything.
It could probably
Just
pass
a
over to
massive-
someone.
Just like, where's
Yeah,
hold
Bertie's
all my
carrying her
stuff.
stuff.
Give me that motley cloak.
And wrap it around yourself. Quite a few heads turning. At the bar. About 10, 15 minutes later, drinks have been ordered. He sits in the corner and he says, all right. But first, there's been a few times in my life that I've been called a bastard, but I'm more than a bastard. I'm a right royal bastard. I'm the son of Boris Tolkien.
Thank you.
And on that, we almost left him behind.